Destination Venus, an adventure with Rocky Starr. What lies beyond our Earth in the vast unknown of limitless space? Does life exist on the far-off planets? Who will be the first to conquer space, reach the planets, and learn their secrets? The dust swirls lazily on a gentle breeze at a secret rocket projectile testing ground in New Mexico. Balanced on its huge tail fins, a gigantic rocket points majestically to the heavens. A few hundred yards away, in the reinforced concrete observation post, two members of the Rocket Development Commission are talking. The smaller, dark, thick-set one is Canadian engineer Mitch Morgan. The other is tall, red-headed, adventurous Englishman Rocky Starr.
Say, how much longer do we have to twiddle our thumbs, Rocky?
They'll be here any second.
You said that 10 minutes ago. Who the heck are we waiting for, anyway?
Some VIPs, Mitch. Is everyone standing by?
Yeah, we've been all set for firing for a quarter of an hour. Very important people. Why, I bet they're a couple of old generals with big tummies and crutches.
Now, look here, Mitch.
Yeah, maybe I am touchy, but this hanging around makes me feel all itchy inside.
Well, storming around that way won't help matters.
Oh, it's all right for you, Rocky. Nothing upsets you. Well, I'm different, though. When I do something, I like to do it right away. Why, this is the most important test we... Rocky, are you listening to me?
No, I wasn't.
Well, I like that. What's going on in that red head of yours?
Oh, nothing much.
I get it. You were thinking of space travel, weren't you?
Well, yes.
Don't you ever think of anything else?
You know, Mitch, it won't be long before someone takes off for the moon in a spaceship.
Oh, talk sense.
Well, I am.
Look, you've got a bug about it, Rocky. For a spaceship to escape the Earth's gravity and reach outer space, it'd have to accelerate to about 30,000 miles an hour. Now, who ever heard of flying at that speed?
Well, I wouldn't scoff if I were you.
But it's not possible.
Now, they said that to the Wright brothers before they made their first flight.
Rocky, that was different.
And nobody thought 40 years ago that a plane could possibly travel at 800 or 900 miles an hour. Now, did they?
Well, that's not 30,000 miles an hour, though. A human body couldn't stand that speed. Look, pal, you spend too much time dreaming about...
Here are the VIPs.
Yeah, well, not before time either.
This way. Sorry to have held you up, gentlemen. Our guests were delayed. Professor Kabar, Miss Vernon, may I present two of our rocket personnel? Our designer, Mr. Rocky Starr, and chief engineer, Mr. Morgan. Miss Vernon.
How do you do?
How do you do, Miss Vernon?
Miss Vernon?
And this is the eminent Professor Kabar.
It is a pleasure, gentlemen.
Glad to know you, sir.
That goes for me, too, Professor.
Well, are we all set to conduct the test?
Are we all...
Yes, Commander.
Fine. Carry on, then, please. As you and Professor Kabar are both aware, Miss Vernon, we hope that this rocket will penetrate the Earth's atmosphere and reach space. When it does, the recording machines aboard will send us back information that should be of great help to us.
Any chance of our actually seeing the takeoff, Commander?
Yes. Come over to this observation slip. It's rather interesting watching the firing of a rocket. At first, it just seems to hover 2 or 3 feet from the ground. Then, zoom, and she's away.
Okay, Mitch?
Yeah, Rocky.
Some will stand by for firing.
With the sounding of the siren, a tense atmosphere descends over the whole station. Men check their speed recorders, their radar, their high-speed cameras. Soon the giant rocket will zoom from the Earth and scream into space at 15,000 miles per hour. Reports flash to the control tower. Area cleared of aircraft and personnel. Observation posts standing by. All is in readiness as Rocky speaks into a microphone.
Count off for firing. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire!
She didn't go. What the heck?
As you were, men. As you were. Stand by for firing.
I hate to interfere, Mr. Starr, but I'll swear that the firing cable is not connected.
Well, it must be, sir.
But sure it is. I plugged it into the rocket myself.
Mitch, the commander's right. It's lying on the ground. I can see through my glasses.
But it can't be, Rocky. You checked it after
Look, it's
me.
no use arguing, Mitch. It's out. Let's go and fix it. Oh, just a moment. Now, hear this. Observation post. Stand easy. Come on, Mitch.
Of all the things, I just can't believe...
Sorry to have this little holdup.
Commander,
Yes, Miss Vernon?
there's no danger, is there?
Well, what do you mean?
That rocket couldn't explode prematurely, could it?
Why, I shouldn't think so for one moment.
Why should it, Anne?
I don't know, only nothing must happen to Rocky Starr.
He seems quite capable of taking care of himself.
He can certainly do that, Professor. Rocky is an extraordinary person. He's afraid of nothing, and he knows more about rockets than any other expert. Well, it'll take him a few minutes to walk out and check that firing cable. So I suggest we all relax and have a cigarette.
Say it again and again. It just couldn't happen.
I agree with you, Mitch. And yet the fact remains it did.
But, Rocky, that firing cable couldn't have fallen out unless...
Go on.
Nah, it's crazy.
You were going to say, unless someone pulled it out.
Yeah, but no one was near it.
No.
Then how the deuce did it get onto the ground?
That's this year's biggest mystery. Oh, let's forget it, Mitch.
You know, Rocky, something always goes wrong when we have VIPs here.
They're rather different than the ones you expected, aren't they?
Yeah. Say that Miss Vernon is awful pretty.
Yeah, she is. And she's rather clever, too. You know, she's the daughter of Professor Vernon. And like her father, is a brilliant physicist.
You don't say. Beauty and brains together.
Mitch, what do you think of Professor Kabar?
Well, I don't know. Queer-looking bird, isn't he?
Peculiar skin.
I'll say. It looked kind of dirty, or a smoky color. And his eyebrows, they nearly cover his eyes. Rocky, look, I might be stupid, but when I shook hands with him, a queer feeling shot through me. I started
Mitch, what's that on the rocket fence?
Huh?
It's something moving.
Well, it's a bird, isn't it?
That's no bird. Wait. Mitch, am I going mad? It's mechanical.
Say, what is it?
I'll swear it's a tiny robot. Look at it.
Rocky! Firing charge! Run for the slit trench! Run for it!
Quiet, Anne, quiet.
Now, hear this. Accident stations. Keep your radar on that rocket, Watson.
Commander, where's Mr. Starr?
It is quite obvious that he and Mr. Morgan cannot be alive.
I saw them start to run.
No human being could live in such a blast.
Commander, isn't there anything we can do?
Our rescue squad will handle that side of it, Miss Vernon.
They will be all right, won't they? Won't they?
Commander,
Go ahead, Watson.
rocket turning, altitude 20,000.
Repeat, Watson. Repeat.
Rocket turning, altitude 18,000.
What's its direction?
Commander, it's headed straight for the station. It's headed straight for us.
Now, hear this. All personnel take cover. Take cover.
Commander, Mr. Starr's out there. We can't leave him.
I'm afraid we'll have to, Miss
But we
Vernon.
can't. There'll be...
Now, hear this. Check personnel. Check personnel.
You all right, Miss Vernon? Professor?
Quite. Anne?
Yes, I think so. My head's all wuzzy.
Good.
Now, hear this. Rescue stations. Rescue stations. Find Rocky Starr and Mitch Morgan and hurry.
There's no movement out there, Commander. No movement at all.
And I tell you, Miss Vernon, if Rocky hadn't pushed me into that slit trench, I would have been in hospital instead of him.
Or dead?
You don't imagine he's dead, do you, Professor?
Don't you?
Well, I'm not even considering it.
He must be badly hurt. The doctors have been with him since midday. Almost dusk now.
But he can't be dead. He's the best guy in the world. You couldn't kill Rocky.
You like him awfully, don't you, Mitch?
He's my best pal. Things wouldn't be the same without Rocky.
Oh, Mitch, nothing must happen to him.
Why do you say that?
Well, I came to New Mexico especially to...
Here's the commander.
Relax, all of you.
He's okay?
A few superficial burns, some bruises. Otherwise, he's fine.
That's wonderful, isn't it, Dad?
Yes, yes.
Well, can I see him?
Well, the doctor says go right ahead. They're keeping him under observation for a few hours in case any complications setting in. They would have let us in hours ago, only he kept on mumbling vaguely of a robot setting off the rocket. They thought he was delirious. Said the same thing to me just now.
A robot? He sounds as if he is still delirious.
Well, I'll see you all later, huh?
Mitch, would you mind if Professor Kabar and I go in with you?
No, come along.
Thanks. I realize how much you want to be with Rocky, but, well, so do we.
You do? Well, this is his room. Hello there, you old fraud. How are you?
Hello, Mitch. Hey, get me out of this place, will you?
They're throwing you out first thing in the morning.
Good.
I'm awfully glad you're not hurt, Mr. Starr.
Why, thank you, Miss Vernon. I'm sorry the rocket show was a failure.
There'll be others that'll give us the information we're after.
You two are fortunate to be alive.
You can say that again. If it hadn't been for Rocky spotting that robot thing, we'd have walked to our death.
Are you sure it was a robot?
I'm certain, Miss Vernon. It set off the firing mechanism.
Mr. Starr, you must be worse than your doctors are saying.
Well, I saw that thing too, remember?
You are both quite wrong. I was watching that rocket through glasses, and I saw nothing at all. It was merely a premature explosion. It happened before and will happen again.
It was not a premature explosion, Professor.
Don't be ridiculous.
Man, don't let's quarrel with Mr. Starr. We want him to be our friend.
Why, how do you mean?
We came to New Mexico to see more than that rocket takeoff.
Oh?
We came to meet you. I believe that you're very interested in space travel.
He thinks of nothing else.
Good. Then you're
Come to the point, Anne. Mr. Starr, we have a job for you.
What is it? Miss Vernon?
How would you like to fly a spaceship to the planet Venus?
Unbelievingly, Rocky stares at the beautiful girl in front of him. Is he dreaming, or is this really happening? Be with us for each and every chapter of the new serial. There are thrills, mystery, drama, when Rocky Starr flies through space in the vast unknown that lies outside this world to Destination Venus. Destination Venus, an adventure with Rocky Starr. Two of the world's eminent scientists, Professor Jan Kabar and Anne Vernon, go to New Mexico to watch a rocket test. To the amazement of Rocky Starr and Mitch Morgan, the rocket fails to take off. While on their way out to examine it, it suddenly screams into the air, and Rocky and Mitch dive for a split trench to escape the intense blast. Later, in a nearby hospital, Mitch, Anne, and Professor Kabar learn that Rocky has only slight burns and bruises. The three get to his bedside, and Anne startles him by saying,
How would you like to fly a spaceship to the planet Venus?
To Venus? Say, am I hearing right? You want us to fly to a star?
To a planet, yes.
To Venus by spaceship. But that star's millions of miles away.
It is a planet, my dear Mr. Morgan, and it is roughly some 30 million miles away at this moment, and coming closer.
And we go that far?
You would have to reach the planet, would you not?
Yeah, but 30 million miles. Boy, that's some distance. It's fantastic.
It could mean a lot of fun, Mitch.
It could also mean your death, Mr. Starr.
Miss Vernon, you're not kidding us, are you?
I'm very serious. Our spaceship is completed and ready for testing. It's as perfect as we can make it.
Will it reach Venus?
We hope so.
Well, you don't sound very confident.
You are quiet, Mr. Starr? Are you afraid of making this trip?
Rocky, afraid? That's the biggest laugh I ever had.
Then why is he so silent?
Me? No, I was just trying to imagine what we'd find there, and what we'd meet going through space, and whether there are people like us on Venus, or what.
There are people like us there.
How do you know?
Both my father, Professor Vernon, and Jan here, convinced that Venus is peopled by a highly intelligent race.
Ah, it could be, too. It's supposed to be very like our own Earth.
That's one of the reasons we've decided to go there.
Of course, being closer to the sun, it is much hotter.
Oh, the more I think about it...
Then you'll go?
Well, I might. Who put you on to me, Miss Vernon?
Well, we've had you under observation for some months. Your background has been checked and rechecked. As a matter of fact, I know your life story from your childhood to the present moment.
Oh, I hope...
You've nothing to be ashamed of.
Same as Vernon, this spaceship.
It's very hush-hush. Should you decide not to go with us, neither of you must breathe a word about it.
You can count on us. Do we hear any more about the ship?
Not much, except that it's been designed and built by my father, Professor Vernon, and the whole scheme is sponsored by UNO.
By UNO?
Mm-hmm. I suppose at the moment it's the world's most guarded secret.
And yet you're telling us?
Had I had my way, you would not have learned of it.
Well, hush-hush.
Surely that must be obvious. We wish to be the first to conquer space and reach Venus.
Anyone else trying?
We believe that a foreign power is very interested in our project. In fact, this great power is doing all it can to prevent our taking off.
Who is it?
We haven't any real evidence yet, Mitch. We feel, though, that someone is trying to ruin our plans.
Getting back to the spaceship.
Yes?
It'll be atomically powered.
We'll leave the explanation to my father, shall we? Well, what do you say? Will you come to Venus with us?
Well, it certainly sounds exciting.
Exciting's not the word. It's terrific.
Then you'll go, Rocky?
Yes. Yes, I'll go.
I knew you would. So did Daddy. Naturally, we'll arrange things with the experimental commission. Look, are you well enough to discuss details with us?
One moment, Anne. You forget some rather important facts.
Yes?
Mr. Starr must pass certain physical tests before he is acceptable to our party.
Oh, he'll pass them.
That remains to be seen. Mr. Starr, anyone who goes on this expedition to Venus must be, one might say, a perfect physical specimen.
Well, Rocky is. You ought to see him strip.
As soon as you are recovered, contact us at this telephone number. We will arrange for your tests.
Right.
Until then, everything you have heard in this room is to be forgotten. Understand?
It's already forgotten, Professor.
Good. Now, Anne, we must go.
Goodbye, Rocky. I may call you that.
Of course.
After all, we'll be seeing a lot of each other. No, don't move, Mitch. We'll let ourselves out. You stay with Rocky. I'm sure you've lots to talk over.
And say, there's one question that's
Bye for
worrying
now.
me.
Come, my dear Anne.
Man, isn't it wonderful?
What?
Rocky Starr agreeing to lead our expedition.
Oh, that.
Aren't you pleased?
Yes.
Think of it, Jan. In a few weeks, all our dreams will come true. After years of work and frustration, we'll be on our way to Venus. We'll be the first to conquer space. Oh, it seems too good to be true. Oh, Daddy'd be happy. He said all along that Rocky Starr was our man. Wait till I phone him. I wonder, could I ring from the hospital?
Most probably. However, I am afraid I shall not be able to wait until your call comes through, Anne.
Why not?
I have an important engagement.
Oh, yeah, and you promised that we'd celebrate it.
Did I? I'm sorry, I must have forgotten my appointment. It is one I cannot break.
Jan, what is it? You seem unhappy. Oh, don't be upset because Rocky's been chosen instead of you to lead our expedition. Don't laugh.
Why not?
There's no happiness in your laugh, ever.
I suggest you phone your father. I will contact you tomorrow.
Abruptly leaving Anne Vernon, Jan Kabar hurries from the hospital to his car. Quickly he stops the engine and speeds through the darkness. Twisting and turning through a maze of small streets, he pulls up in front of an old house. A few moments later, his footsteps echo hollowly in a stone corridor. He knocks on a door.
You are late, Jan Kabar.
My apologies, Excellency.
Apologies. Always it is the same with you. I am a special representative of the world's greatest power. I make a journey to this filthy hole, and you keep me waiting. Well, what have you to report?
The rocket crashed as I promised it would.
Good. It's time for you to well, Kabar. My government was quite pleased with your notes and drawings of the spaceship. Already we have developed the metal with which to build the ship. Now our brilliant engineers and scientists are building it.
They must hurry.
Be assured that my countrymen will be the first to conquer space. They will lead the world in this as in all great discoveries. It must have been a great disappointment to the lovely Miss Vernon when the rocket crashed. They had hoped to break through the Earth's atmosphere and learn the secrets of space, no?
They learned nothing.
Kabar, how did you make that rocket crash?
That is my secret, Excellency.
As you wish. Was Miss Vernon upset?
She was more concerned with this Rocky Starr.
Yes, he is to be the leader of their expedition, is he not?
Yes.
Of course, that spaceship will never take off. It must be destroyed at once.
Destroyed?
At once. Those are my orders.
It is not possible, Excellency. It is too closely guarded.
Many thought the same of the atomic bomb secrets. Yet with the help of people such as yourself, we were able to obtain them.
Excellency, it is easy to pass on formulas and plans, but it is a different matter to destroy a spaceship 300 feet long.
It must be done, Kabar.
I will not even try.
Kabar, You have relatives in our country, have you not?
You would not dare harm them. Not after all I have done for you.
If by treating them, it would influence you to destroy Professor Vernon's spaceship, I would have them treated willingly.
You hurt them, and you will regret it.
So?
I am the only person who can possibly damage that ship.
That is why you have chosen to do just that.
I will not lift a finger until I have your promise not to molest my relatives.
Are you threatening me, Kabar?
I am warning you, Excellency.
And I warn you. Unless you do as I have ordered, your relatives will suffer, and you will die.
You would not kill me?
No, I would not. I would merely pass on a hint of your activities to the American authorities.
No, you must not.
I trust that I will not have to do that. Every nation hates people such as you.
Excellency, I will do it. I will find a way of stopping that ship.
Do that, and my country will certainly be the first to conquer space. And naturally, you will be well rewarded.
Yes, I will do it somehow. Now, I must go.
There is one other matter, Kabar. This Rocky Starr.
Yes?
Deal with him, too. He must not join Professor Vernon. The details of his removal I leave to you.
Yes. Leave that to me.
You seem to appreciate this work.
I do.
Perhaps you fear the lovely Anne Vernon might be interested in this Rocky Starr.
I am not jealous of him. I realize that if I am to prevent this spaceship leaving Earth, I must get rid of Rocky Starr. Yes. Leave it to me. Something unfortunate will happen to him during certain medical tests. Something very unfortunate. There you are, Mr. Starr. Are you comfortable?
Well, just so. After all, I am strapped in this chair.
That is only to prevent the wind pressure in this tunnel blowing you out of it.
Yeah, I'll be glad when these tests are over. I've been poked and prodded for hours by those doctors.
It is most important that you be very fit for our trip to Venus.
Look, Professor, is this wind tunnel test necessary? I mean, after all, we'll be wearing spacesuits in the ship.
Admittedly, still, we must know your reaction to a stronger air pressure and violent acceleration. Unless you can withstand an air pressure equivalent to, say, 700 miles an hour unprotected, you will be of little use in a spaceship. Remember, we will be accelerating rapidly to 30,000 miles an hour. Are you ready for this final test?
Yes, fire ahead.
Goodbye, Mr. Starr. I will speak to you next from the control room. Anne, would you and Mr. Morgan stand further back?
Yes, Jen.
The doctors wish to be close to the glass panel.
Okay.
There you are, Doctor.
Thank you. I'll wave you when to cut down the air pressure, Professor.
Very well. Are you ready, Mr. Starr?
Sure.
Good. I am turning on the air now. We should soon know whether he is fit to lead our expedition, Anne.
Yes.
I am increasing pressure quickly, Doctor.
Very well.
Professor, stop it.
I beg your pardon?
Switch that machine off. Do as I say.
Your friend is in no danger, Mr. Morgan. The doctors are watching him closely.
Rocky won't be hurt, Mitch.
No, I suppose not.
Why did you call out that way?
Don't ask me. It was just that all of a sudden I had a horrible feeling that something awful was going to happen to Rocky.
Well, nothing could. Jan, please, don't laugh.
I cannot help it, my dear. Look at his face. The wind is distorting it all out of shape.
It's horrible.
He might be good-looking normally, but he's grotesque now.
What is the pressure reading now, Professor?
Equivalent to 700 miles per hour, rising higher.
Good. Well, I think that is sufficient. My colleague and myself will examine him at once. Switch off the pressure, please.
Certainly, Doctor.
Well, thank goodness that's over.
Say, didn't you hear the doctor, Professor? Turn that machine off.
I am trying to.
Oh, hurry it up. You'll kill Rocky. Switch it off.
I cannot.
Jan.
The wheel is jammed. I cannot turn it off.
Horrified, everyone in the room watches Jan Kabar struggle with the controls of the giant machine. Inside the wind tunnel, Rocky's head is forced back and back as the pressure mounts higher and higher. Will Jan Kabar's diabolical plan succeed? There are thrills ahead before you fly into the vast unknown that lies beyond this world with Rocky Starr in Destination Venus. Destination Venus An adventure with Rocky Starr. Anne Vernon and Jan Kabar, two eminent scientists, asked Rocky Starr, a British rocket expert, to fly a spaceship to the planet Venus. Before he can become a member of the expedition, however, he must pass rigid medical tests. Meanwhile, unbeknown to the others, Jan Kabar plots with the mysterious foreign agent Gregor to destroy both Rocky Starr and the spaceship. During the medical tests, Jan strikes. Rocky is sitting strapped to a chair in a wind tunnel. His unprotected body is being subjected to a wind pressure of hundreds of miles an hour. In a control room, doctors watch him carefully as his face becomes grotesquely distorted.
That should be sufficient, Professor. Turn off the machine, please.
Well, thank goodness that's over, Mitch.
Yeah, I hope his face goes back into shape.
It will. Both Jan and I have been through this test.
Say, Kabar, didn't you hear the doc? Turn this thing off.
I am trying to.
Well, hurry up. You'll kill Rocky. Switch it off.
I cannot. The wheel is jammed. I cannot turn it off.
You must, Professor. The man's life is in danger.
Oh, Jan, hurry.
Here, let me try.
I am doing all possible.
Get out of the way, Kabar.
Mitch, please.
Do as I say, will you?
My dear man,
All right, you asked for it.
Mitch.
Now I'll fix this. Off of this master switch. Come on, Doc. Let's get Rocky out of here.
You remain here. We'll attend to him. Hurry, Dr. Franz.
I'm coming with you.
No, wait, Mitch.
He's my best pal. I'm
You'll
not
only be
going
in the way. They'll do all that's possible for him.
Oh, perhaps you're right. And I don't like the way he slumped in that chair.
He's most probably blacked out.
Well, I wish I could be sure.
The doctors are with him now.
Oh.
Jan, are you all right?
Yes. Yes.
And up on your feet. You and me are going to have a talk.
Oh. What happened?
I cracked you one.
You did why?
I'll ask the questions, Professor.
I do not like your tone, Morgan.
And I don't like you.
Mitch, please don't quarrel with Jan.
Why shouldn't I? He tried to kill Rocky.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes, he did. The control wheel on that wind machine didn't jam.
Your accusation wasn't so serious it would be laughable. Try the control wheel yourself. You will find it still jammed.
Then why didn't you cut the master switch?
I did not think of it. I felt certain that I could.
Quit your lying, Kabar. You know as well as I do.
I refuse to listen to your nonsense any longer.
There are a few more questions I want to ask you.
Well, go on.
Why'd you try to murder Rocky?
Oh, Mitch, stop it. You're being ridiculous. Why would Jan do such a horrible thing?
Oh, maybe because he's jealous. Maybe because he wants to be the leader of the Venus expedition.
When you know him better, you'll feel ashamed of yourself. Jan wouldn't do anything to harm our plans. He's just as keen as my father and I about the journey into space.
Well, I'm not saying he isn't.
Oh, Mitch, you're wrong. So wrong.
Look, Anne, he could easily have cut that master switch instead of fiddling with the control wheel. Another minute or two, and Rocky would have been in a bad way.
For the last time, I assure you I did not attempt to injure your friend. Perhaps I should have done as you say, but... Well, I was positive I could release the control wheel quickly. I realize now that it was a mistake.
Yeah, it certainly was.
Everyone makes mistakes and bad judgment.
Yeah. Well, I suppose so.
Oh, and yet you do not believe me.
Well, I don't know. You watch out if anything's happened to Rocky, that's all.
Nothing's happened to him, son.
Doctor, that's the best news possible.
Oh, you can say that again, Ann.
I'll go and fix your reports, Professor.
Yes, as I will not be here, I suggest you leave them with me, Miss Vernon.
Certainly I will, Professor.
Jan, you're not going away, are you?
Yes, my dear.
Oh, no. Come on in and say hello to Rocky.
I'm afraid I will not be very welcome.
Don't be silly. Look, Mitch didn't mean the things he said, did you, Mitch?
Well, maybe I did kind of speak out of turn. I got excited. I'm sorry.
I understand perfectly. After all, he is your best friend.
Well, now that little matter's over, we can all
I am
go...
still unable to remain, Anne. I have an engagement that I must keep. It is regarding medical supplies for the Venus flight. My regards to Mr. Starr. Until later, my dear.
I wonder.
What, Mitch?
Lots of things.
You're not still worrying over Jan, are you?
Well,
Look, he wouldn't harm anyone. Jan's a wonderful person.
Look, Anna, I wasn't only thinking of him. But there's something else nagging at me.
What is it?
Well, I haven't done that wind tunnel test yet, and I reckon...
Oh, there's the doctor calling us. Let's go and join Rocky. Can you be ready to leave Las Vegas at dawn tomorrow?
Well, you don't waste time, do you?
And we can't afford to. Now that you've passed the medical tests, I won't be happy until you've met Daddy. There's so much to be done, Rocky, before we can take off for Venus. We have to test our spaceship and we... Are you listening?
Yes, of course.
You weren't.
Well, Well, to be truthful, no, I wasn't.
I can tell you what he's dreaming about. The spaceship.
Well, I'm trying to imagine how big it is and how it's driven and, well, yes, everything about it.
Well, I'll tell you a little, and then you'll have to wait until you meet Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
The Blue Streak, that's the name of our ship, is 300 feet long.
300?
Mm-hmm.
Say that again?
It may sound unbelievable, but that's the length, 300 feet.
Well, it must be some ship.
It is, Rocky. It looks like an enormous rocket, and it works on the same principle. Up near the nose is a control room, just large enough for 4 people. The rest of the space inside is taken up with the power units and fuel tanks.
Hey, wait a minute, Ann. How the heck can they get a ship 300 feet long off the ground?
By jet propulsion?
Well, it'll have to be mighty powerful.
It is. You see, Jan has developed a new rocket fuel that's revolutionized the whole idea of spaceships.
Now, I still say you'll never get it off the ground. It's not a plane with wings, you know. Now, I tell you it's impossible.
Oh, take no notice of him, man. He's a wet blanket.
Rocky, I'm just looking facts in the face, and I don't like what I see.
Mitch, I haven't time to argue. I know the Blue Streak will take off and reach Venus. Rocky, you haven't answered my question yet. Can you be ready to leave Las Vegas at dawn tomorrow?
Well, I suppose so. I'll have to arrange it with the Rocket Commission.
Oh, you've no worries there. They'll release you. It's all been arranged by the people behind us.
Where are we headed?
You'll find that out when you're there. The location of Daddy's research station is, well, on the secret list.
Say, this gets more mysterious every minute.
Yes, doesn't it?
Well, I guess we better make our wills, Rocky.
Our wills?
You don't expect to return to Earth after visiting a star, do you?
He'll be back, Mitch.
Well, I'm not counting on returning.
You?
Yeah, I'm going to, you know.
No, Mitch, you're not.
Say, you can't leave me out of this. I've always wanted to sit on a star. Anyway, Rocky can't do a thing without me. Can you, pal?
Well, Ann, I had counted on this.
Sorry, there won't be room in the spaceship.
Oh, you could squeeze me in. I'm not very big.
How many are making the trip?
4. You as leader, flight engineer.
Mitch Morgan?
He's already been chosen, Mitch. Another scientist and myself.
Jan Kabar said that an hour ago, and I didn't believe him.
It's quite true. My father's trained me to do just that for the last 4 years.
And there's one...
I'm sorry, Mitch. There just isn't room for you. Well, Jan Kabar and I'll meet you at the Las Vegas airport at dawn tomorrow. Until then, bye, Rocky.
Always reverse with you, Kabar. Again you have failed me. Rocky Starr is still alive.
I did my best, Excellency. His friend Morgan realized what I was doing and knocked me out of the way.
There are moments when I could gladly kill you, Kabar. You are too gentle.
How could I kill him in front of all the others?
You could have.
But it would have meant my death.
Would that matter so very much?
But, Excellency...
It would have meant that our glorious fatherland would have been certain to be the first to conquer space. Kabar, this Rocky Starr must not reach Professor Vernon's research station.
But
no, do not interrupt me. Once he joins forces with the professor, the race is almost over. As you have said, their ship, the Blue Streak, is ready for testing.
That is correct.
Our country's spaceship is only being built.
Then they must hurry. I had given them drawings.
No, Kabar. We must ruin Professor Vernon's plans. First, destroy Rocky Starr, and then their ship.
How will you do this? The station is heavily guarded, and Anne hopes to fly Rocky there at dawn tomorrow.
His death should present no difficulty to you.
To me?
Why should it?
I cannot afford to be mixed up in murder. I am a respected scientist.
You are a traitor to the land that has given you food and shelter. Without such as you, our country would know little of atomic bombs, hydrogen bombs, and spaceships. A respected scientist.
You will not speak to me in that manner.
I will speak to you in any way I think fit. One word from me to the American police and you die.
The same applies to you, Excellency?
Nonsense. I am under the protection of our embassy in Washington. They would not dare lay a finger on me. But it is different with you, Kabar. You know the penalty for treason?
Yes, I know.
Then you will do as I order without argument.
Yes, Excellency.
After all, you should be glad to be rid of Rocky Starr. He is handsome, and the lovely Anne Vernon might...
Leave Anne out of this?
As you wish. Still, he must be dealt with at once.
How? How?
You said earlier that he would return to Las Vegas rocket-proving ground. There is a lonely stretch of road a few miles from there. That should be a convenient spot for you.
Excellency, I cannot. His friend Mitch Morgan will be with him. He would recognize me.
Very well, very well. Perhaps it would be dangerous to risk another failure. I shall take Dyson with me and do it myself. Then there will be no mistake. I assure you, Kabar, that Rocky Starr will die within an hour.
His eyes burning with fanaticism, Gregor stares narrowly at Jan. Meanwhile, Rocky and Mitch are preparing to return to the rocket proving ground. What will happen? Will Gregor's plan succeed? There is excitement ahead for you before you fly into the vast unknown with Rocky Starr to Destination Venus. Destination Venus, an adventure with Rocky Starr. From the moment Anne Vernon and Jan Kabar asked Rocky Starr to fly their spaceship to the planet Venus, he has been in grave danger. Unbeknown to the others, Jan Kabar has been plotting with the foreign agent Gregor to destroy both Rocky and the spaceship, the Blue Streak. When Gregor learns that Jan has failed to kill Rocky, he decides to deal with him himself before he reaches the rocket proving ground. As Gregor makes his decision, Rocky and Mitch climb into a car a few miles away.
Oh, stop your growling and get in, Mitch.
I'll start yelling any minute.
Are you in?
Yeah, sure I am.
Good. First up, the rocket proving ground. I'll have to move if I'm to take off at dawn with Anne.
Hey, listen, Rocky, where you go, I go, and that's final. I won't let you leave me behind.
Mitch, it's not my fault.
But sure it is.
Oh, it's no use arguing with you when you're this way.
What's come over you? You're my pal, aren't you?
Oh, don't start that again.
Yeah, well, there was a time when you would have insisted that I went with you. Anyway, you'll just have to take me. You're hopeless without me around, you know that.
Oh, Mitch.
Well, it's no laughing matter. I'm going to Venus or bust.
Listen, I've told you again and again that I'll do all I can to get you a berth on that spaceship.
Well, look, it ought to be easy for you to wangle that. You can talk Anne Vernon into it.
Can I?
Well, sure, she's keen on you.
Anne is?
Yeah. Say you ought to see the gooey look she gives you.
Oh, don't be crazy, Mitch.
I'm not. I wish she was that way about me. She's awful pretty and a wonderful girl.
You're backing up the wrong tree. I'm not interested in her, nor she in me. Now, if you'd have said she was fond of Jan Kabar, I would have agreed with you.
Don't mention him.
You don't like him, do you, Mitch?
Well, there's something about him. His queer colored skin and his funny eyebrows. I can't figure out what's wrong with him, but I'll swear he's no good. And I'll bet my last dollar that he deliberately jammed the pressure control to the wind tunnel.
Oh, well, according to Anne, he did nothing of the sort.
Well, perhaps he didn't. Still, it looked kind of fishy to me. And that robot thing that set off the rocket the other day.
What about it?
Well, Kabar knows something about that, too.
Oh, Mitch, you're letting your imagination run riot. He'll be saying next that he's trying to kill me.
Say, maybe that's his little game. It's obvious he's jealous of
Mitch,
you and...
There's a car following us.
Huh?
Been on our trail for the last mile or so.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Well, I bet it's Kabar.
You've got him on the brain.
Rocky, he hates you and he's a killer. Hey, listen, slam that accelerator to the boards and lose that car. I've got a feeling that Kabar's out to finish us.
Well, why would he do that?
We've got no time to argue. Get moving.
All right, if you think it's best. Hold on to your seat. Here we go.
Hey, never mind looking behind. You keep your eyes ahead. I'll watch that car.
Have we gained anything?
No, they speeded up with us.
Well, we might lose them on this stretch of lonely road.
Hey, Rocky, they're closing up on us. Can't you go no faster?
This bus is flat out.
They're almost alongside.
Pull into the side of the road.
What do you think you're doing?
Do as I order.
Look out, they'll force us off the road. Slam on your brakes. Ooh. Boy, that was close. Wait till I get my hands on those guys.
You will remain where you are, both of you.
Now, listen, fella, this
It would
isn't
be unwise to disobey my orders.
Oh, yeah? You tell Kabar.
Steady, Mitch. There's a Tommy gun covering us.
Exactly. And I have been accused by many people of being trigger-happy, as you Americans say. And I could not miss from such a short distance.
Who are you and what do you want?
My name does not matter.
You wouldn't know Jan Kabar, would you?
Kabar? No.
Not much. You tell him from
You
me.
be quiet. Now you, driving. You are Rocky Starr.
Yes?
Good. I would not wish to kill the wrong man.
What?
Don't, Mitch. You were saying?
Naturally, I trust I will not have to kill you. Of course, it will all depend on you.
Well?
I suggest that you do not join Professor Vernon's expedition to Venus. Otherwise, you will both die at once.
Take yourself and that pop gun out of here.
No,
or
I'll handle this.
Yeah, but Rocky, he can't do this.
Leave the talking to me.
I am waiting for your answer.
Why are you so anxious to prevent us joining Professor Vernon?
Because my country must and shall be the first to conquer space and reach the planet. You will not allow others to beat us.
What is your country?
Answer my question.
Well, to be quite frank, I've forgotten it. Would you mind repeating it?
It is no use wasting time. No one can save you. However, here is the choice you have to make. Refuse to join Professor Vernon or die. I will give you 10 seconds to decide.
Count for him, Mitch. I'm sure he couldn't possibly count to 10.
1, 2, 3.
Well, he can count.
4,
What are we going to do,
I'm
Rocky?
hoping a car will come past.
You should hurry.
You wouldn't dare shoot. This is America.
For the last time, your answer.
The only obvious one, no.
Very well.
Rocky, he's going to shoot.
You are so right.
There are the lights of the car. It's coming this way.
What? Oh!
Give it to her, Rocky. You bowled him beautifully.
Now keep low. They might start firing.
Watch that car coming towards us. Rocky! Oh, we missed it. Keep her going. He's firing at us.
Not much of a shot, is he? He'll be out of range of his Tommy gun in a few seconds.
Say, we were mighty lucky.
Yes. He doesn't seem to like us. Are they following us?
No, I can't see any lights.
Well, I don't suppose they would be. They've missed their chance.
Not by much, Rocky. If that other car hadn't come along, then we'd have had it by this.
Well, the fellow might be bluffing, you know.
You don't believe that, do you?
No. I wonder who he is.
I don't know. He must be one of the foreign mob that's trying to stop the Venus flight.
Yes. Well, that little episode has taught me one lesson. In future, I'll be on the lookout for trouble.
And you'll need a bodyguard, and I'm the boy.
I'd like to have you around, Mitch, after this.
I'll be there. Don't worry. Wait till Ann Vernon hears of this tomorrow morning. She'll just have to take me along.
There goes the New York plane, Rocky.
How long before we can take off?
They're warming up our helicopter now. Shouldn't be long. In a few hours.
Ann, listen, you got to take me along.
Oh, Mitch, I thought we'd settled all that.
Well, we haven't.
Look, I like you awfully, and I wish...
Why can't I go with you both?
And explained it all before.
Yeah, but you don't know about that fella last night, Rocky.
What fellow, Mitch?
Oh, I'm sorry, Rocky. I didn't mean to let that out.
Well, go ahead and tell Ann.
Stop talking in riddles, you two.
Well, last night, after you left, some foreign guy chased us in a car and held us up at gunpoint.
Oh.
He threatened to kill Rocky if he joined your father.
Where did this happen?
On a lonely stretch of road a few miles out of town. By good luck, we managed to escape.
How many were there?
Well, it was this fella and another one in the car.
I see. And you think he might try to murder Rocky again?
I'll bet on it. That's why I want to be around. And you're both in great danger.
We won't be at the research station. There are enough guards there to start an army.
Yeah, but you're not there yet. Now, let me see you safely to your father, and then I'll shove off.
I wish I could take you honestly. I spoke to Daddy last night, and... well, there's just no room on the ship.
Okay, Ann, I know what I'm like.
Mitch, don't take it that way. I realize how much you want to be with Rocky.
Oh, forget it, Ann. Well, I won't hang around to say so long. It's kind of...
Much you want to be with Rocky.
Oh, forget it, Ann. Well, I won't hang around to say so long. It's kind of cold, huh?
Mitch.
Yeah?
I'm sorry it hasn't worked out the way we hoped.
Yeah, me too.
Won't be the same without you on the trip.
Thanks. Well, I'll be seeing you. Give my regards to the stars.
Well, where are you off to?
Find some breakfast at the Crown Eat House by the airport. I'm going to drown my sorrows in food.
I asked you to meet me at the Crown Restaurant, Dyson, because I realized it would be almost empty at this hour. Naturally, I do not wish to be seen at the airport.
Sure, I got you, Gregor.
You have had enough breakfast?
And fine, Gregor.
Do not mention my name again. Speak quietly, too, in case anyone should be close. Now, we will go over our plan.
Okay. I give them 10 minutes start in their copter, then I sets out after them.
Yes?
I follows till they're over some bad country, then I rams my crate into them and bails out.
I do not understand you.
Okay. I crash my plane into theirs and then parachute to safety.
You're happy about it all?
Sure, there's nothing to it. I've done it for years in the movies. It's easy.
Good. But there is nothing to keep you here.
What's that?
There is someone in the next booth.
Do you reckon he heard me? Say, he's moving out. Stop it.
Stay where you are.
So, it's you again.
Keep your voice down. Rocky Starr's friend Mitch. I remember you from last night. Do not move or I shall shoot.
You're not keeping me here.
Sit down. Sit down. That is better. Dyson.
Yeah.
Be off. Do not fail me.
Sure, I won't. I'll fix it all nice and clean. Listen, you can't do
not
that.
try to attract attention and do not attempt to escape. Make yourself comfortable. You and I are going to have a little talk.
Covered by a gun, Mitch sits helplessly before the gloating Gregor. At the airport nearby, Rocky and Ann talk to Jan Kabar, unaware that death lies ahead. Can Mitch escape and warn them? There is excitement in the next chapter of this thrilling new serial, Destination Venus, an adventure with Rocky Starr. Destination Venus, an adventure with Rocky Starr. In spite of his fears, Jan agrees to help Gregor into the Death Valley station so that he can destroy the Blue Streak. In New York, Rocky and Mitch plead with the oil millionaire Herman D. Wright, Jr. for $1 million. After listening to their story, Wright says,
I don't know. I see.
Yeah, me too. It's no use, Rocky. He won't play.
When would you want this million?
Well, there's no time like the present, Mr. Wright.
Well, I gotta check on your story first. I ain't tossing $1 million in your lap without doing that.
Well, that's fair enough.
Well, the only catch with that idea is that the Venus project is very hush-hush.
Don't give me that, son. You can't keep nothing hush-hush in America. We talk too long and too loud. I'll find out what's cooking.
You mean you'll give us the money?
I might, and then again I mightn't. All depends what I get out of it.
I thought there'd be some ants in the jam.
You don't blame me, do you, for wanting something? $1 million is a lot to have floating up among the stars.
Well, what's worrying you, Mr. Wright?
I'm trying to figure out some way of making money out of your fly. I gotta keep the taxation boys in the job, you know. So suppose you give me the television, radio, and newspaper rights of your story.
Well, I haven't the power to say yes or no to that. It would have to go before the United Nations.
Say, I know. You could have any oil on Venus.
Uh-huh. How would I get it back to Earth?
Well, by freight spaceship.
Interplanetary trade is possible, Mr. Wright.
Not in my lifetime. Nope, there don't seem to be no way of making any money out of this scheme.
I thought you'd back our flight because you're patriotic.
Son, I always try to combine patriotism with business.
Mr. Wright, I'll be frank with you.
Sure.
Unless you assist us, we're beaten. The Blue Streak will never leave the ground.
Yeah, Rocky's right. It'll just stand out there in Death Valley and rust away to nothing.
And that means some foreign power will be the first to pioneer space travel.
I'll say. They'll have the laugh on the Yanks. Seems like the Americans will have to stop their blowing off about leading the world and everything.
No, it seems that way, Mitch.
Now, come on, Rocky. Let's push on.
Well, thanks for listening to us, Mr. Wright.
Yeah, what's your hurry?
Well, you're a busy man, and you were going to golf, remember?
Yeah, I was.
And you're not going now?
Of course I am. I let nothing interfere with my golf, not even my wife.
Oh, wouldn't he make you sick, Rocky? Listen to me, Herman D. Wright, Jr. Why don't you put us out of our misery? Make up your mind one way or another.
I'll do that, over golf. You fellas play.
Yes, Mr. Wright.
Come on, then. We'll make a threesome. At the end of 18 holes, I'll give you your answer.
Oh, no.
I'll have my secretary phone ahead and arrange some clubs for you. Wilson.
Oh, let's shoot back to our hotel, Rocky.
No, Mitch.
Well, he won't give us the money. That's sticking out a mile. We're sunk. Looks like Gregor's right. This country will be the first to conquer space. Gregor's beating us, Rocky, whether we like to admit it or not.
Vegas, Kabar. Is this plane attached to Professor Vernon's station?
It is at our disposal for short journeys.
It must be ideal. And this cabin allows us to discuss our plans without being overheard by the pilot or other members of the crew.
Excellency, I am afraid. It is hopeless for you to try to enter the research station. You do not realize how difficult it would be to pass the security guard.
I do, Kabar. So I arranged for you to secure an entry paper.
Why do you take the risk of discovery?
The only person who knows me is the one Mitch, and he is still in Las Vegas.
No, Excellency.
You assured me that he was.
Since then, I have spoken to Professor Vernon. It seems that both Rocky and Mitch are here.
Go.
Excellency, take my advice. Return to Las Vegas. I will order the pilot.
No.
Should Mitch see you...
We will face that problem when it arises. The moment we land at Death Valley, you will hide me in your room until we act.
Excellency, I beg of you...
You sound as though you want me to stay away from that station.
I am thinking of you, Excellency. After all, there is no necessity for you to go there. The flight to Venus is cancelled.
I am taking no risks. They could raise that money. The Blue Streak must and shall be destroyed.
It will not be easy.
Always you say the same thing. It will not be easy. I do not expect it to be. However, we shall do it. The time bombs in our suitcase are powerful enough to blast that spaceship to atoms.
First, you have to pass the security guards.
They do not trouble me.
They do me. They are not fools, these FBI men.
My only worry is whether they will search our luggage.
They have the power to do that. But they have never attempted to search mine before.
I am counting on that. That is why I have put the bombs in your suitcase.
In mine? Should they find them
Have no fear. They will not look in the bag of a trusted high official, Kabar. There is no risk of discovery. But enough of that. How much further?
We should be landing at Death Valley within half an hour.
I wonder what Rocky Starr or Mitch would say about my arrival at the research station. They would be very surprised,
Say, Rocky, I'm fed up staggering around after a golf ball.
Now, quiet, Mitch. Mr. Wright's going to putt.
Yeah, it's a tough putt, too.
Oh.
Gosh darn it, missed.
Yeah, by a mile.
Oh, listen, fella, you get yourself off my back.
Oh, look, for the last time, are you going to give us a dough or not?
I don't know.
Rocky, we're wasting time. He won't help us.
How do you know? I gotta figure things out.
Well, all I can say is you're taking your time.
It's my money, so I reckon I can take all the time I want.
No, yeah, I guess so. No, take no notice of me, Mr. Wright. I get sort of impatient.
Yeah, that, all right. Well, on to the next tee. I'll go grab my ball. I'll give you this hole, but I'm still two up.
Yeah, only because we're not trying.
Now, take it easy, Mitch. Take it easy. He might come good even yet.
Not him, the old skinflint.
Rocky, how long did you say that spaceship is?
300 feet.
Oh, that's quite a length.
Oh, Mr. Wright, it's a beautiful ship. You should see it. It seems to dwarf the nearby hills.
Yeah, sure must be something to look at. I like its name, too. Blue Streak. Sounds fast. How the billy cock call that one?
Oh,
Fuel. What fuel do you use?
water?
Well, that's cheap, and there's plenty of... What? See, you can't fly on water?
Oh, yes, you can, Mr. Wright. The water's driven through an atomic pile and vaporized into steam. This superheated steam expands terrifically and forces its way out of the exhaust tubes at colossal pressure.
I don't get that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Perhaps I wasn't explaining it very well. It's difficult to put into layman's language, Mr. Wright, but I can assure you it's a well-known method of propulsion among scientists.
I'm no scientist. I'm just a rough and tough R-man.
Well, you can see having water as fuel, it'll be a great help. It means that the further we travel, the lighter the ship becomes, and, well, there'll be no worries over running short of fuel for the return trip. There'll be water on Venus. It has an atmosphere similar to our Earth.
See, you sure got it all worked out. I wonder what that star's like.
We hope to find that out.
You know, there might even be people there like you and me who are playing golf right at the moment.
Well, there could be.
Hard to imagine that, though, ain't it? Never give them stars another thought myself, not till I bumped you. Yes, I suppose there would be some kind of life on them. Be exciting to learn just what.
Well, we'll never do that now. You're our last hope, and you won't back us. A kid could see that. Hey, Rocky, Gregor and his foreign pals will hit the jackpot. Come on, Mr. Wright, you drive off first. Well, go on, hit off.
Darn the golf. Gosh darn it, Rocky Starr, I'm crazy, but I'll do it. I'll give you the $1 million.
Rocky.
You bet I will. I'll back you and your pals all the way.
Ah, Mr. Wright, I can't thank you enough.
You don't have to. Go to it, boy, and beat them foreign guys to Venus. I'll be rooting for you. Show 'em that us Yankees lead the world in everything.
We'll show 'em. Rocky, we're on our way, and this time Gregor won't be able to stop us. Yippee! Venus, here we come!
We are going into land, Jan.
Yes, Excellency.
Do not be so intense.
Should the guards find the bombs in my suitcase?
They will not unless you make them suspicious by your behavior. Carry your suitcase as though it meant nothing to you.
Excellency.
Kabar, you must not address me as Excellency or Gregor at the station. My name is Pierre Montagne.
Pierre Montagne. Yes. Yes, I will remember.
See that you do. Jan, forget your fears.
I am sorry, I cannot. Discovery at this hour would ruin everything. Should they learn that I am working with you, I would lose all chance of destroying the blue streak.
Follow my instructions and we will not be detected. Keep your nerve, Kabar, and we will be soon past the security guard.
Well, I guess that's all, Professor Kabar. You two are okay.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Yeah, you and Mr. Montaigne can pass.
Well, thank you very much. That is very good. We won't now detain you any longer.
Have a good time in Las Vegas?
Well, as good as is possible in such a place.
Yeah, not much of a joint, is it?
But then I was very busy. We must hurry. Professor Vernon is waiting for us.
Yes, he has promised that I may inspect the blue streak. My dear Jan, it is more wonderful than I had imagined. It is immense.
Yeah, she's some baby. You can have this space travel for mine, though. I keep my tootsies on the ground.
Yes, of course. Come here.
Say, just a minute, Professor.
Yes?
I didn't realize you were taking that suitcase with you. I thought you were leaving everything behind.
Oh?
You'd better leave it. New order came out yesterday. All luggage and packages have to be inspected.
I will not submit to such indignity.
Well, I'll take a look inside anyway.
You will not. I am Professor Vernon's chief assistant, and under no circumstances...
My dear Jan, allow the sergeant to do as he says. Here is the case, Sergeant. Shall we open it for you?
Frozen to the spot, Jan watches the sergeant as he reaches out for the suitcase. Will he find the bombs and put an end to Gregor's plans? Be with us for each and every chapter of this Rocky Starr adventure and fly with a blue streak into the vast unknown that lies between this Earth and our destination, Venus. Destination, Venus, an adventure with Rocky Starr. Having raised $1 million, Rocky and Mitch set out once more for Death Valley. Meanwhile, Gregor has already arrived there to destroy the blue streak. In Jan's suitcase are 2 time bombs. After leaving the plane at the research station, Gregor and Jan are held up by the security guards.
I'm sorry, Professor Kabar. I'll have to take a look in your suitcase.
I will not submit to such indignity.
Well, I'll take a look anyway. A new order came out yesterday. All luggage and packages have to be inspected on arrival.
This is absurd. I am Professor's chief assistant, and under no circumstances shall I allow you to search my case.
My dear Jan, allow the sergeant to do as he says.
Very well. You will find nothing. There are only papers.
I'm not expecting anything else. Still, orders are orders.
We understand. Here is the case. Shall we open it for you?
Yeah, if it's locked.
Have you the key, Jan?
Yes. Here.
Thank you. One moment, Sergeant, and you can
Hold it, Mr. Montaigne. It don't matter. Leave it closed.
But I insist, Sergeant.
Forget it. I guess Professor Kabar wouldn't be bringing any time bombs onto the station.
Time bombs?
What an idea, Sergeant.
Yeah, ain't it? Okay, on your way. On your way, you'd better report to the office, Professor.
Yes, we will. Oh, great God.
You fool. Why did you behave that way?
I felt certain that we would be discovered.
Had I not interfered, we would have been...
I am sorry, Excellency.
Montagne! Pull yourself together, Kabar. I am Pierre Montagne on the station.
Yes, yes.
Stop acting as a frightened schoolboy, or our whole plan will collapse. Quickly, take me to your room. I should hate to be seen by the one Mitch.
That would be the end of everything.
Hide me until tonight, and then nothing matters.
You mean you intend to strike at once?
Having seen the blue streak, The sooner the better.
Perhaps you're right. I will take you to my rooms and report to Professor Vernon.
That is not the point, Jan.
If you will only listen to me...
You signed this pass card for him?
Is there anything wrong with that?
You had no authority to do it, or to bring this Mr. Montan to our station. And where is he?
In my room. Would you care to meet him? You will find him a very presentable person. He is a physicist...
I am not interested in him. He will leave the station. I wish you hadn't done this, Jan.
I tried to phone you for permission, Professor.
You shouldn't have done it. It's against all our security regulations.
Again, I apologize.
Have him leave the station at once. I will arrange that the cabin plane returns him to Las Vegas.
You are being most unreasonable.
I refuse to discuss the matter further. You know my wishes.
Professor, I need Mr. Montan. Otherwise, I should not have brought him with me.
You need him?
He is here to help me pack all my equipment.
Are you leaving the station, Jan?
There is nothing to keep me now. The Venus flight is off, so you told me so yourself.
I am praying that it is still possible.
Oh?
As I told you before, I haven't made Juno's decision public yet.
Professor, how can you hope to continue with your work? The American Engineering Company has threatened to sell the Blue Streak, has it not?
Unless we pay them the $1 million we owe them, yes.
And where can you raise such a sum?
I have great faith in Rocky Starr. He's in New York, and he'll find that $1 million.
That is most unlikely, Professor. And we are both aware of that. No, our dreams are over. We will never reach Venus now, I am convinced of that. So when I was offered an appointment at the Columbia University, I accepted. And returned with Mr. Montan to pack all my scientific equipment. I have been offered the chair of...
Daddy!
Now, there's Anne calling.
Daddy, I've had the most wonderful news. Rocky's got some money.
Anne, my darling.
We'll go to Venus in spite of everything. An oil millionaire, Herman D. Wright Jr., is backing us. Oh, I could kiss him. We're off to Venus.
That is excellent, Anne.
Oh, Jan, I didn't see you there. Didn't even know you were back. I've just been sitting by a phone waiting for Rocky to ring. Isn't he marvelous? How are you?
Not quite as excited as you are.
How could I feel any other way?
When is Rocky returning, Anne?
He hopes to be in Los Angeles tomorrow morning. Oh, I promised that the cabin plane would meet them.
Good. I'll leave you to arrange that.
Where are you going?
To begin loading supplies aboard the Blue Streak. You and Jan can help me.
Oxygen cylinders, Miss Anne.
Righto. Back over to the lift and Andy will help you unload.
Okay.
This place is a hive of activity.
Well, there's lots to do. Daddy wants to stay for the test flight in 2 days.
Does he now?
It'll be a battle to get everything on board by then. Now, what are you doing down here, Jan? You should be in the control cabin, checking the instruments with Daddy.
I'd rather be with you.
Oh, would you?
Anne, you are so lovely.
Please, Jan, there are lots of people round.
I know that this is not a good time. Yet there is something I must say to you.
Couldn't you leave it until tonight?
No, I must speak with you this moment. Anne, I love you.
You love me?
Does it surprise you? Surely you guessed that.
Yes, I suppose I have.
You are not angry that I have said that?
Of course not.
And you... Do you love me, Anne?
Jan,
You do not.
Oh, I don't know.
Is there someone else? Rocky Starr, for instance?
Rocky?
Yes. He is handsome and charming.
He's not interested in me. Anyway, we hardly know each other.
You need not know anyone very long to fall in love with him. You haven't answered my question. Do you love me?
Jan, I can't think among all this noise. Trucks being unloaded, men talking and shouting. And there's Daddy.
You seem almost pleased at his interruption.
I need you in the control cabin, Jan.
Very well.
By the way, has that Mr. Montan left the station yet?
He is leaving by plane first thing in the morning.
I understood it was to be this afternoon.
There was no plane available, Professor, because of the...
Very well, very well. See that he remains indoors in the meantime. Report to me in the control cabin in 5 minutes, please.
Yes, Professor.
Jan? Who is this Mr. Montan?
An old friend of mine. I did not know that Rocky Starr was attempting to raise money to continue our work. I returned all prepared to leave Death Valley.
And you will, for Venus. Does that make you happy?
I am always happy with you. And no matter what may happen in the future, Remember only that I love you.
You were the one, Kabar, who said they could not raise the $1 million.
I was wrong, Excellency. I underestimated Rocky Starr.
It is unwise to underestimate any enemy. This means we must act tonight.
It would be as well. The professor speaks of staging the test flight in a few days.
What are they doing at the spaceship?
Loading supplies.
Do they need them for a test flight?
I had not thought of that.
Kabar, I believe that they will set out for Venus without any test.
They would have said so, Excellency.
It must be their idea. I have heard lorry after lorry passing this building. To me, that means one thing. They are leaving earlier than they had planned. Well, we shall disappoint them, eh?
We will have to destroy the blue streak if our country is to be the first to conquer space. How is our spaceship progressing?
It is almost ready. Before I came to Death Valley, I received information that it was only a matter of days before it took off.
Our countrymen have worked quickly.
Nothing is beyond our father and Kabar. They informed you all our resources were thrown behind this project. Kabar, we could conquer the universe should our leader so desire.
Yes, we could.
And one day we will. However, enough of that. Tell me, was Professor Vernon suspicious of my presence here?
I would not say that. He was annoyed. Still, he believed my story.
How did you explain me?
I said that I had brought you to help me pack all my scientific equipment, as I had accepted an appointment at the Columbia University.
That was quite a convincing story.
If he had any suspicions, they were forgotten in the news and brought.
I expect so. Now, about tonight.
Yes. Where will you place the time bomb?
From your description of the blue streak, I feel that one of the exhaust tubes would be an ideal spot.
That is true, and they are easy to reach. We will be able to creep along in shadows practically all the way.
Once we are there, Kabar, it will not take long to attach the bomb. When it is dark, we will strike. We cannot. We must not fail.
We are almost there, Excellency.
Good. In a few minutes, the ship will be a mass of ruin.
Quiet. Press back into the shadows of this tool shed.
What is it?
I thought I saw someone standing near the blue streak.
A guard?
Perhaps. Listen.
Can't hear anything.
No.
Come.
Wait a little longer and make certain there is no one there.
And have some guard discover us here? It would be hard to explain.
That is true.
Much farther to the ship. It is difficult to judge distances in this blackness.
About 10 yards from this tool shed. We must move slowly and quietly. Follow me.
The blue streak looks even bigger at night, no?
No more speaking. A few more paces and we are there.
Stop. Is there a guard?
No. No, we are here. The exhaust tubes are immediately above your head.
Good.
Attach the bomb and let us go.
Wait, I must set the mechanism.
Hurry.
It will not take a moment. There. Now, I place it in a tube and clip it in place.
Have you finished?
Almost.
Do not make that noise. Someone may come.
It is done. The bomb will explode in 5 minutes. Back the way we came quickly.
Wait. Stay where you are.
We cannot.
We must. There is someone walking towards us. It is Professor Vernon.
Escape seems hopeless to Jan and Gregor as they watch the dark figure walking toward them. Will the professor discover them and their plan before the blue streak is shattered by the time bomb? Be with us for each and every exciting chapter and fly into the vast unknown that lies beyond this earth in the Rocky Starr Adventure, Destination Venus. Destination Venus, an adventure with Rocky Starr. The moment Herman B. Wright, Jr. agrees to back the Venus flight, Rocky and Mitch set out again for Death Valley. There, Gregor and Jan, on learning the news, make a desperate bid to destroy the blue streak. In the darkness of night, they creep toward the giant ship, and Gregor places a time bomb in one of the exhaust tubes.
Now, back to where we came quickly. Stay where you are.
We cannot. The time bomb will explode in 5 minutes.
We must. There is someone walking towards us.
A guard?
No. Professor Vernon. What will we do?
I will show you.
Leave them to me.
Is anyone there?
Don't move. Hold your breath.
Funny. I swear I heard a clicking sound.
Hold his legs. There. What was that? We must have blocked a tin line down.
What's going on there?
Go. We must go. That is Andy from the elevator. Leave the professor. Until I make certain he will be quiet.
Come on out of there, I'll let you have it.
Run, Excellency, run.
Halt!
You all right, Kabar? Yes. Follow me, fast as you can. We must get to my room before the whole place is awake.
Take it easy, Andy. Put that gat down.
There was someone there, I tell you.
Someone where?
Or maybe the tool shed, Sergeant Blake. I heard rattling noises and whispering.
Why didn't you turn on the floodlights? The switch is right next to you in the left wall.
Well, I was going to when I heard him start to run, so I lets fly and rings the alarm.
You fired in the dark?
I suppose I should have switched on them lights. It all happened so quick.
Andy, you were most likely shooting at rats.
Rats don't wear boots, Sergeant. I heard footsteps.
Okay, we'll take a look. You men go around the far side of the ship. Andy and me'll cover this part. And get this, keep your fingers off the trigger. Come on, Andy.
I'll swear I heard someone using a spanner or something. I reckon they was by the fins here. You know what, fair, give me the... But... Sergeant, look! It's the professor.
Take it easy, Andy. Stevens, call the M.O. And Captain Clark, double it up.
Okay, sir.
He's out cold.
Yeah. Any blood anyplace?
No, I don't see none.
Well, leave him beetle. The doctor's here. Well, you were right, Andy.
I knew I heard something. The professor must have disturbed him and they let him have it.
Wait a minute. You said they were tapping on the hull, didn't you?
Well, sort of tapping. It was only quiet, mind you.
Well, what would they be trying to do?
Blow it up. Boy, jiggery, that's it, Sergeant. They must have been trying to blow it up. There's been plenty of sabotage round here.
Well, there's nothing on the fins. I'll take a look at the exhaust tube.
Ah, there won't be nothing there. They more than likely have planted a landmine somewhere.
Say, Andy, what's this gadget on this tube?
That, well, I'm hanged if I know it. Might be something to do with the ship.
No, it's not, Andy. It's a bomb.
What?
Drag the professor out of the way. I'll get this bomb off here if I can. Now, go on, drag him away. Shake yourself. I can't shift this thing.
We did not escape one moment too soon, Excellency.
Soon enough. We could not have explained our presence there.
Were we seen, do you think?
Perhaps. But we would not be recognizable. It was too dark.
The professor, he is...
Not dead. I merely knocked him unconscious.
Grigor, you seem as though you are listening for something.
I am waiting for that bomb to explode.
The guards may have discovered it.
No, Kabar. They would not think to look in the exhaust tubes. Besides, the 5 minutes have not elapsed as yet. In a few seconds and the blue streak will... The bomb was on time.
Oh, that fire. It's frightening.
They'll soon have it under control, Miss Anne.
Andy, who did this horrible thing?
I wish I knew I'd fix them, I can tell you that.
If only Rocky were here.
I'd feel a lot happier, my dear.
Oh, now, Professor, you're supposed to be lying down. Doctor's orders.
I'm quite well, Andy. I'm completely happy. The blue streak is saved.
Only because Sergeant Blake happened to have a look at the exhaust tubes, remember?
Not forget his actions. He'll be well rewarded.
He deserves a medal, he does. I couldn't have stuck there fiddling with that bomb the way he did. And then to run with it in his hands before he threw it. He would have had a fit.
You stayed and dragged Eddie to safety, Andy.
Oh, that was nothing, Miss Anne.
You were just as brave as the sergeant. You... Oh, darling.
Hey, stop kissing me, young woman, and take your father home to bed. He's all in.
I couldn't sleep, Andy. My head's aching.
No wonder with them pumpkin-sized lumps on it.
Come on, Daddy. The doctor will give you a sleeping tablet.
No, I'm all right, really. I'd rather stay until they have the fire under control. No, and I'm so worried. I feel after this that I can't trust anyone on the station.
There are some you can trust, Daddy.
Oh, there's you, Rocky and his friend Mitch, Andy here, the FBI men, but that leaves hundreds and hundreds.
You've forgotten Jan.
Yes, he's included, naturally.
Personal like, I wouldn't trust anyone with a foreign name. Never did and never will. You oughtn't neither, Professor. I reckon that some foreigner's at the bottom of tonight's work. Whoever it is, he's out to cripple the blue streak.
Next time, he just might do it.
I'll have the guards trebled.
Take my advice and get that ship off the ground just as fast as possible.
Andy, you can't rush these things.
But you've got to, or you'll be too late. I'm warning you.
Oh, you may be right too, Andy. Oh, who could have done this?
Daddy, you said you heard voices. Would you recognize them again?
No, and I wouldn't. They were too low to distinguish one from the other. Oh, my mind's so hazy about it. I'm beginning to wonder if I did hear voices.
Look, getting back to the Blue Streak, Professor, the moment Rocky lands back, you send it off to Venus.
That might be best, Daddy. You and Jan could prepare the ship.
I wouldn't tell that foreigner enough in no time.
Oh, Andy, don't be absurd. Jan's worked with us for years. He's above suspicion.
Well, I'd still keep my idea to myself till the last moment.
Oh, that wouldn't be possible, Andy. People would see us loading supplies.
Not if you have them confined to their quarters.
What?
Go and see Captain Clark of the security guards. Have him lock everyone in their rooms till this bomb business is fixed. While he's clearing that up, you and the ones you can trust get the ship ready for the takeoff.
Andy, I'll do it. I'll do just that.
Will you tell Jan of your plans, Daddy?
No, I won't, Anne.
Well, I think that's being most unfair. Just because Andy's put doubts in your mind, you shouldn't be...
I really trust him, and yet he broke our security regulations by bringing Mr. Montaigne here with him. Yes, perhaps it would be better if neither Jan nor Mr. Montaigne knew anything of our plans.
Am I to understand, Professor, that we are confined to our rooms?
I'm afraid so, Jan.
I refuse to be treated as a common criminal.
My dear Kabar, you are being as a child. After all, we must expect these measures. You cannot blame the professor for trying to find the culprit.
I repeat, I will not be treated in this manner.
Everyone on the station is in the same position, Jan.
You are not.
And rightly so, Kabar. Surely you do not think the professor would destroy his life's work, do you?
No, certainly not. Oh, this is a terrible happening, Professor.
Have you any idea of the identity of the saboteur?
None whatever.
That is most unfortunate for you. I thought that, well, you might have seen someone or heard voices before you were attacked.
No, as I told you, it was dark and all over before I realized. I heard murmurings, but they were too low to catch.
I presume the Blue Streak is a mass of ruins, eh?
Captain Clark has forbidden me to discuss any damage done.
I understand, Professor. You must be very upset.
Yes, I am. Well, I must go. Again, I apologize for any inconvenience.
Has Rocky Starr returned yet, Professor?
We expect him and Mitch in the morning.
Mitch?
Mr. Montaigne, you speak as if you knew him.
Me? Oh, no, it was simply the unusual name that struck me.
Oh, it's a nickname, I should say. Well, goodbye for now, gentlemen. You will be released as soon as it is possible.
We will not complain, Professor.
Thank you. Until later, then.
Excellency, they have...
Might be listening. I'll make sure he's gone. We are locked in, Kabar. Not that it surprises me. Professor Vernon did not look well, did he? The lumps on his head did not improve his looks any.
Poor Professor. All his years of work gone in one moment.
If he only knew of your part in this sabotage, eh?
He would be shocked, to say the least.
Well, we may as well be comfortable. For the moment, we are helpless.
And Mitch and Rocky Starr are due here in the morning?
It makes it very awkward for us. It may even mean that I shall be discovered, and you will be in great trouble. However, we will face that when we come to it.
I've hardly finished telling you of the New York trip and Herman D. Wright, Jr., and you say we're taking off today.
Surprise?
Oh, I'm staggered. I didn't expect to be greeted with this.
After the bomb episode, Daddy's determined to get the Blue Streak off to Venus as quickly as possible.
Hence the rush test flight.
Uh-huh.
Mind you, I'm quite happy about it, Anne. There's only one catch that I can see.
Yes?
Well, I know nothing about the controls of the ship.
You don't have to.
Don't I?
Not for this trip. Daddy will remote control the flight by radio from the ground.
Oh, that's a great relief.
We'll do very little apart from watching the recording instruments and reporting back to the control tower here.
Mm-hmm. You know, Anne, we might just as well hop off to Venus and be done with it.
Well, I suggested that to Daddy, Rocky, but he feels that the ship must be tested first.
Well, he should know, of course. There are certain to be some adjustments necessary. And say, Say you let Mitch take your place.
Oh, why should I?
Well, just in case something does go wrong. I mean, anything might happen during the takeoff or landing.
Nothing will go wrong. I have absolute confidence in Daddy and the Blue Streak. You have too, haven't you, Rocky?
Well, of course. Of course. I was only... Well, I'd hate you to be hurt in any way.
I won't be. This test flight will be a success, Rocky, believe me. We'll prove to the world that space travel is possible. Now start moving, because we take off in 1 hour.
A quiet tenseness falls over the Death Valley research stations as the takeoff hour approaches. Professor Vernon makes last-minute adjustments to the ship's engines. Soon the giant spaceship will scream from the Earth toward the unknown. What will happen on the test flight? Will the Blue Streak leave the ground? Be with us for the next thrilling episode of the Rocky Starr Adventure, Destination Venus. Destination Venus, an adventure with Rocky Starr. After Gregor's unsuccessful attempt to destroy the Blue Streak, Professor Vernon decides to test the spaceship at once. When Rocky returns from New York, he learns that he and Anne are to be ready in 1 hour for a radio-controlled flight. Meanwhile, Gregor and Jan Kabar are confined to their room.
Excellency, I'm worried.
Why should you be? You are comfortable here, and the Blue Streak is destroyed.
Are you certain of that?
Are you not?
No. No, Excellency, no.
Sit down and stop your shouting.
I apologize. I apologize.
You seem very upset, Kabar.
The Blue Streak must never leave Earth. It would mean a great deal more to me than you imagine.
Is that possible?
Yes, I have been sent to...
Go on, Kabar.
Well, our country is depending on me to stop its takeoff. Unless I do that, our country could not claim to be first in space travel. That would hurt me deeply.
Oh, forget your fears. That ship was damaged beyond repair last night.
How can you be sure of that? We did not see it again after placing that time bomb on it.
I am convinced it is. No one would think to look in an exhaust tube for a bomb.
Perhaps you are right. I am silly to worry. It is being forced to remain in this room that upsets me. I want to know what is happening outside.
You will soon learn that. We are only here until we have been questioned by the FBI regarding last night. If they only knew.
Yes.
However, forget all that. There are other matters that require our attention. The one Mitch will be at the station again. You remember he was to return with Rocky Starr this morning.
Oh, yes, yes.
It would be bad should he see me.
Yes. You must leave the station quickly.
How, my dear Kabar? At the moment we are locked in this room.
That is true, Excellency. I must get out of here at once.
What is the matter with you? You are nervous, jumpy.
Excellency, there is something going on at this station.
Of course. The FBI are trying to discover who blew up the Blue Streak.
Or they are preparing to take off in it.
So? What gives you that idea?
I do not know. Perhaps it is the quietness. Normally there is a great noise here. Trucks driving round furiously. Machinery roaring and clanging. Today, the place seems deserted. I ask myself why. Why?
Ah, you are being ridiculous.
I am not. I tell you something big is going on, and I mean to find out what it is.
How will you do that?
I will phone Anne Vernon and ask her to come here. Anne will not be able to keep any secret from me. I will soon learn all that is happening.
How do we look in our spacesuits, Mitch?
Man alive, you look like $1 million.
Well, it certainly suits you, Anne.
Yeah. It goes to you, too. You're as dashing as a film star.
Look, when you two are finished playing tiddlywinks and patting each other on the back, I have some news for you.
Mm-hmm. We're all ears.
It's time you run your way to the Blue Streak.
Already?
Yeah. Gosh, I hope it takes off.
Oh, why won't it?
Well, look, Rocky, it's an awful big weight to shoot up into the air.
Oh, don't be crazy, Mitch. Why start this?
Rocky, it's a colossal size. I just can't see it ever leaving the ground. It'll most probably just explode into little pieces.
Stop your laughing.
Well, I'm quite serious, and as a matter...
I'll take it. Yes. Who's calling?
Professor Kabar?
Oh. One moment. It's Jan.
Oh, I'll speak to him. Hello, Jan.
How much longer must I remain locked in my room?
I don't know.
Where is your father? Why will he not speak to me?
He's with Captain Clark of the FBI most of the time, and,
Anne, I must see you.
I'm sorry, Jan, I'm not allowed.
I demand to be released from here at once. I am not a criminal. I was not concerned in the sabotage last evening.
No one believes you were, Jan.
Then have them release me. Speak to your father for me. Then come and visit me, please.
All right, Jan. Goodbye.
Wait, Anne. You seem in a hurry to be rid of me.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'll go and talk to Daddy.
Thank you. You are very kind. I will expect you soon.
What do you have to say, Anne?
Oh, nothing much, really. I think he suspects that he's being left out of something.
Well, he suspects right.
Why was Jan confined to his room? Does your father suspect him of sabotage?
No, he doesn't.
Well, he ought to.
Oh, Mitch, you're as bad as Andy on the elevator. He's suspicious of anyone with a foreign name.
Look, I'll bet my last dollar that Kabar is mixed up with Gregor some way. He tried to murder Rocky in that wind tunnel test. We all know it.
Jan wouldn't hurt anyone or anything.
Then why's he locked in his room?
Because Andy put doubts about him into Daddy's head.
Well, if he is under suspicion, it's his own fault, Anne. He should never have brought that Montaigne chappie back here with him.
Who is this Montaigne guy, anyway?
A friend of Jan's. He only came to help him pack his equipment.
And the night he arrives, an attempt is made to destroy the blue streak. Doesn't look too good, Anne.
I'll admit all that. And yet I'll never believe that Jan had anything to do with that bomb. I won't.
Anne, don't.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rocky. I didn't mean to fly into a paddy. I don't usually.
It's all right. You're turned up over last night and excited about the test flight, that's all.
Yes, it must be. Oh, I wish Daddy hadn't done this. Not fair to Jan, especially after all his work.
Anne, what's this Montaigne look like?
I haven't seen him. Why?
Oh, just a crazy idea popped into my head. I was wondering if he was Gregor.
Gregor? Here? Nah, he wouldn't have the nerve. Wouldn't risk bumping into me.
No, I suppose it was rather a fantastic idea.
Okay, I'll fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Okay, right away. They want us down the blue streak at once. Well, Rocky, the blue streak has been thoroughly checked.
How long before takeoff, sir?
Approximately 5 minutes. After you and Anne go aboard.
Say, will you have them gantries out of the way by then?
Oh, they're easy to handle, Mitch. They're on rail track.
Well, the sooner we're on board, the sooner we'll be off. We'll take ourselves up in the elevator, Professor.
Oh, no, you won't. I'm the elevator driver today. All aboard.
How'd you feel, Rocky? Excited?
Well, I suppose I must be, Professor. There's an empty feeling in my stomach.
Yeah, there's one in mine, too, Rocky. I can't help wondering whether I'll ever see you both again.
Oh, now, cut it out and start the lift, Mitch.
Well, Anne, this is it.
Yes, Daddy?
All our years of work depend on this takeoff. It must go right. We either prove that space travel is possible, or...
We can guess the rest, Professor.
Yeah, it doesn't make good guessing, does it?
Oh, stop being so pessimistic, all of you. Look, nothing will happen. The blue streak will take off and land again like any ordinary aeroplane.
We hope.
Mitch, you say another word and I'll throw you out of the lift.
Take no notice of me. Heights always depress me.
We'll have a wonderful trip, won't we, Anne?
I'm happy to be going.
Me too. I've dreamed of space travel for years. Well, now it's a reality.
You know, if it hadn't been for you, Rocky, the blue streak would never have left the ground.
Oh, you'd have found the money somehow.
I don't think so.
Of course you would. Oh, by the way, did you know approve of Herman D. Wright backing us?
No, they raised no objections. In fact, they gave us their blessing.
Well, here we are.
Well, thanks, Mitch.
Now, you both know what you have to do. There's no need for us to go over it again.
Well, there's not much to remember, Professor. You'll do practically everything by radio control.
Excepting the closing of the airlock and the starting of the gyros.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to do that and set the recording gear in operation before we count off for firing. And naturally, we'll follow your flight by radar and be in radio communication with you all the time.
Right.
And lastly, on no account must you attempt to leave your bunks. Strap yourselves in and stay there until you reach space. You should bring back pictures and stories that'll amaze the world.
We'll do our best, Professor.
Well, good luck, Rocky.
Thanks.
And, my darling,
Goodbye for now, Daddy.
you really don't mind?
I'll be back.
That's my girl. Goodbye, darling.
Good luck, Anne.
So long, Mitch.
Same to you, you lucky devil. Wish I was going with you.
Well, come along, Mitch. We've lots to do.
Rocky and Ann stand by the cabin door of the Blue Streak, watching the lift slowly descending. They wave a last time and then disappear inside the gigantic spaceship. The moment the lift reaches ground level, orders are snapped out. The huge gantries are pulled far away. The professor and Mitch hurry to the control tower. Reports from observation posts filter through the radio.
Observation post standing by. Area clear of aircraft.
Other voices ring out over loudspeakers.
All personnel take cover. All personnel take cover.
All is in readiness for the takeoff. The professor and Mitch stand tensely in the control tower. Tiny beads of perspiration on their foreheads glisten in the light. Then the professor calls to Rocky in the Blue Streak.
Control to Blue Streak. Ready for takeoff. Over.
Blue Streak to control. Ready. Over.
Close the airlock.
Airlock closed.
Start the gyros.
Gyros running.
Attach safety harness for takeoff.
Safety harness attached.
That's all, Rocky. I'll count off for firing from 10. Over.
Right, Professor.
Good luck, Rocky. Stand by for firing. Stand by for counting off. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fire! Professor, she's going! She's taking off!
With a blinding flash of light, the giant Blue Streak moves from the ground. Slowly at first, and then with a hissing, screaming cacophony of sound, it gathers speed and races up, up, up into the vast unknown. What will happen on the flight? Will it be successful? There are thrills ahead in the next exciting chapter of the Rocky Starr Adventure, Destination Venus. Destination Venus, an adventure with Rocky Starr. The success of the Blue Streak is shadowed by Professor Vernon's collapse. Ann and the others are overjoyed when they learn he will recover. Meanwhile, Rocky and Mitch accuse Jan Kabar of trying to crash the spaceship. Jan hotly denies their charge and knocks Mitch unconscious with a spanner, then threatens Rocky with a gun. In the ensuing fight, Rocky thrashes Jan. Later, Jan goes to Gregor and swears once more to destroy the Blue Streak.
I will do it, even if it costs me my life.
You will not live to destroy anything, Kabar. You die now.
This seems to be a bad day for you. First Rocky and Mitch attacked me, and now you. Why have you turned on me?
You cannot guess.
I have no idea, Excellency.
You know perfectly well what you have done.
I risked my life to give you and our country the secrets of the Blue Streak.
This letter you handed me when you came in.
Excellency, I suggest you do not have letters addressed here cannot me. It would be dangerous should they fall into other hands.
I am glad this one arrived, Kabar. It's your death warrant.
My death warrant? You speak in riddles.
I will read it to you. Then you will understand my attitude. Naturally, this is in code. You make free translation. Our spaceship disintegrated 2 minutes after takeoff. On me, check fuel formula and sketches found to be incomplete. Deal with agent. Well, Kabar.
Well, Excellency?
Do you deny that you deliberately falsified the formula and sketches?
No.
Oh.
Do you imagine that I would give to your country the true secrets of the Blue Streak?
It is also your country.
You are wrong, Gregor.
You do not lie any further. You were born in our fatherland. Your people live there. They did live there. After your effort, they were treated. You laugh at their death?
No, at you. I have no relatives in your country.
Liar, liar!
I do not. You have killed innocent people. I have never been in your land.
Then who are you? Where do you come from?
That is my secret. One that you shall not learn.
Even the threat of death will not open your lips.
I am not thinking of dying, Gregor.
I should if I were you, Kabar.
Oh?
This gun has 6 bullets. 5 are for your miserable hide.
The other?
For myself. I cannot return to my country after this. It would mean a concentration camp, and all because of you.
That gun will...
You knew when you gave me those sketches and formulas that they were incomplete, that our spaceship would be destroyed.
It amazes me that it took off. Your scientists should learn to check stolen secrets.
There was no time. We trusted you, you filthy...
Put that gun down,
Now,
Gregor.
I finish you. Do not move. Let go. Let go my arm. You will break it.
I will unless you do as I say. You idiot. You will bring the whole station to this room.
I want them to come to learn the truth about you. Let go my arm. You have broken my arm.
You were stupid not to obey me, Gregor. Now I have the gun, and you will not raise your voice.
I am not finished yet, Kabar. I will see that everyone will know you for a traitor. Rocky Starr! Rocky Starr!
I must clear away certain things before anyone arrives. Then I must hurry and tell my story to Professor Vernon. And I felt that I should tell my story first to you, Professor. Oh, I can never forgive myself to think that I endangered the Blue Streak.
Oh, you couldn't have known he was a foreign agent, Jan.
I should not have brought him to Death Valley in the first place. As I was saying, I became suspicious of his actions some hours ago. Finally, I trapped him into a confession. He was furious at being discovered and threatened to shoot me. I defended myself and he was killed.
What was his name?
I did not find out until a few minutes ago. I knew him only as Pierre Montagne, a French physicist. His real name was Gregor.
Gregor? He was the man who attempted to murder Rocky and Anne on their way here from Las Vegas. If Mitch hadn't heard him plotting, he would have succeeded, too.
Then he deserved to die?
Yes.
Oh, Professor, forgive me. You are not well. I should not have bothered you with all...
I'm glad you came to me, Jan. You have to inform Captain Clark of the FBI, naturally.
I will do that when I leave you.
Better still, have him come here, and we'll clear this up together. Oh, I wish I wasn't tied to this hospital bed.
It will not be for much longer.
I'd have been out of here hours ago, only that young doctor insists I'm dying. Oh, Jan, there's so much to be done to the Blue Streak. And I must send it off to Venus before there's any more sabotage.
There won't be any more. Gregor was the cause of all that. With him out of the way, your troubles are over.
Yes, I was forgetting that. Still, I want the Venus flight to be within a few weeks.
That could be arranged, surely.
It would mean a lot of work. There's certain alterations to be made to the ventilating equipment. And then Rocky must be taught the controls.
I could do that, Professor?
No, I'd rather do it myself, Jan. It shouldn't take him long to master the Blue Streak. He's a very clever man.
Yes, he is.
I believe he's the right man to lead our space expedition. You know, Jan, within a short time, you, Rocky, and the others will be walking around on Venus. I wonder what you'll find there.
Say, Rocky, how much longer are you going to sit there fiddling with them controls?
Until I know them perfectly? Why?
Because I'm asleep in my tootsies, that's why. For the last 2 weeks, we've been stuck in this control cabin for 18 hours a day. I'm sick of the sight of the Blue Streak. I want some shut-eye.
You'll have plenty of time to sleep on the way to Venus.
Well, I don't think.
Yes, you will. It'll take us a month or maybe 6 weeks to get there.
Even though we fly at 30,000 miles an hour?
Mm-hmm. It's a long way, Mitch. You know, when we take off, Venus will be roughly about 22 million miles from the Earth.
Say, we won't run out of petrol and have to walk home, will we?
You're crazy, Mitch.
22 million miles. Gee, that's a nightmare distance, even when you say it quick. Oh.
Huh? Why the groan?
I just thought of something. I'll have to look at John Kabar every morning, noon, and night for a month.
It's not a very pleasant thought, is it?
Nah. Still, he can't help his looks. If he's gone on the Venus trip, so I'll just have to put up with it. Oh, boy, I'll get a real kick out of this flight. Yeah, you know, I guess my ma never thought when I was a kid that one day I'd be wandering around a star.
Mitch, you want...
Before you say another word, I'm going to Venus. The professor says I can. He reckons I'm a terrific engineer. Very man for the job.
I wasn't even thinking of that.
Weren't you? Well, what then?
Jan Kabar.
Yeah, he often pops into my mind, too. You know, sometimes I feel I ought to apologize for all the hard things I said about him.
What, have you forgotten that he slugged you with a spanner?
Oh, of course not, but... yeah, I guess I asked for it. I did abuse him that day.
You've changed your ideas a lot.
Well, sure I have. A week back, I'd have bet my last buck that he was tied up with Gregor. Couldn't have been, though, or he wouldn't have shot him.
No, I suppose not.
But don't you agree with me?
Yeah, Mitch, there's something about Kabar that puzzles me.
What?
Oh, I don't know. I've thought, but I just can't put my finger on it.
Oh, I admit he's a queer-looking guy with that funny-colored skin and them overhanging eyebrows.
Wonder where he comes from.
Someplace in the continent, according to Ann. Say, you're not still suspicious of him, are you?
No, I don't know.
Well, you're the only one who is. Dan, the professor, and the rest of the station are on his side now. He's a hero. Oh, look, Rocky, he must be okay. He saved the blue streak from Gregor.
Did he?
Well, sure he did. Now, you can't blame him for all the sabotage that went on here at Death Valley. Gregor arranged all that.
Gregor had nothing to do with that rocket explosion at Las Vegas.
Right.
That was the first time we met Jan Kabar. You remember that doll-like robot we saw on the rocket sim?
Yeah. Well, what's that got to do with him?
Well, everything. I'll swear Kabar knew all about that robot. In some way or other, he used it to set off that rocket prematurely.
Yeah, but why should he?
To kill us.
Oh, Rocky, look, wait a minute.
And he tried to murder me in that wind tunnel test, too, didn't he?
Well, I guess I thought so at the time, but I must have been all wet.
No, Mitch, you weren't. You were dead right. Believe you me, Kabar's playing a deep game.
Look, next time you'll be saying he's trying to bust the blue streak.
And I can't work out just what his game is, but I intend to keep a sharp watch on him until we've left for Venus.
The professor and the others imagine their troubles are over now that Gregor is dead, little robot. If they only knew who I am and from where I come, eh? They will not learn that because we will destroy the whole station, even as your robot brother destroyed that rocket at Las Vegas. You must work fast, little robot. Within a few days, they will be ready to leave for Venus. First, I must put them off guard. Create some excitement so that you can attack the blue streak. How can I? How? There must be... Yes, I have it. I know exactly what we will do.
Well, there goes the last load, Rocky.
Yes, once that oxygen supply's aboard, we're ready to leave. Boy, this last week's gone quickly.
Yeah, you can say that again. You know, since the professor's gotten himself out of hospital, things have been buzzing. He's determined it would take off at midnight tonight.
Well, Mitch, in another 12 hours, we'll be on our way to a star. Excited?
I'll say. My stomach keeps turning over and over. I don't know whether it's indigestion or fright.
You're not frightened, are you?
Oh, me? Why, not really, Rocky, but, well, you never know what you'll find on a star. You know, there might be animals we've never seen, and men with two heads, and then, anything.
Well, I shouldn't really think that you'll find...
Rocky!
Why, there's Ann.
Yeah, she's in a mighty hurry, too.
Oh, Rocky, I'm glad I found you. Something dreadful's happened. Daddy's disappeared.
Disappeared?
They've been searching for him all morning. There's no trace of him.
This is the first I've heard of it.
I wanted to tell you before, but Captain Clark wouldn't let me till I'd been over the station.
But Ann, he must be somewhere.
He's not. A little while ago, one of the guards found his blood-stained shirt. Oh, Rocky, I think Daddy's been murdered.
Staggered by this latest development, Rocky and Mitch join the search party. Hour after hour, in the stifling heat of Death Valley, they look for the professor without avail. Has Professor Vernon really been murdered? And is this some of Yan's work? There are thrills for you in the next exciting chapter of the Rocky Starr Adventure, Destination Venus. Destination Venus, an adventure with Rocky Starr. With the death of Gregor, Professor Vernon feels that all their troubles are over. Jan Kabar has other ideas.
If only he knew who I am and from where I come, he would not be so heavy. Eh, little robot? We will crush their plans even yet.
14 days after leaving the station hospital, the professor had taught Rocky to fly the Blue Streak, and it is loaded all ready for the Venus flight. 12 hours before takeoff, Anne rushes to Rocky and tells him that her father has disappeared. Why didn't you come to us before?
I wanted to, but Captain Clark made me wait until his man has been all over the station.
And there's no trace of it?
No. And a little while ago, one of the guards found his blood-stained shirt. Oh, Rocky, I think Daddy's been murdered.
Murdered?
Yeah, Rocky, I'm afraid that's what's happened.
Oh, Anne. Anne, try not to cry.
I won't. I promise.
Say, who the heck would have done this?
What does Captain Clark say?
Not much. He says that we'll find Daddy alive and well. Oh, if only I could believe that.
And I'm sure you can.
Say, Rocky, where are the planes going?
The captain's arranged an air search, too. Let's look outside the station. Every person here is searching for him.
Well, what are we waiting for? Come on, Rocky, let's join in.
Mitch, just a minute. Anne, when was your father last seen?
Well, no one seems to know, Rocky. The last I saw him, Jan and I had breakfast with him. He left before we'd finished.
Did he mention where he was going?
Not that I remember.
Did Jan go with him?
Don't suspect him of murdering Daddy, do you?
Well, I didn't say that, Anne.
You mean it, though. I can tell by your tone.
Anne, please,
why do you always accuse him of everything?
You haven't answered my question.
It's the most absurd thing I've ever...
there you are.
Oh, Jan, is there any news?
Not as yet, my dear. Do not fear. Your father is not dead.
Jan, I pray so.
He will be found alive and well.
You sound very confident, Kabar.
Naturally.
Almost as if you knew where he was.
What?
Oh, Rocky, you're being ridiculous. Jan had nothing to do with Daddy's disappearance.
My dear Anne, I am certain he did not mean that. Did you, Rocky?
Where did you go after breakfast, Kabar?
I worked with Anne, checking equipment for the Venus flight.
Oh.
We were together until Captain Clark reported that her father was missing.
Who first discovered that he was missing?
You've no right to ask all these questions.
Anne, I'm only trying to work things out.
I suggest you leave that to the FBI and join the searchers. Come on, Jan, we'll go back to Captain Clark. He might have some news for us.
Well, did you put your big foot in it? Anne's jumping mad at you.
I know.
And no wonder. She's in love with Kabar.
Yes. Otherwise, she'd see he isn't all he pretends.
Now, Rocky, what do you mean by that?
Mitch, I'm positive he's at the bottom of this disappearance.
You got him on the brain. Look, forget it and let's join the search. The more who look, the better hope we have of finding the professor. Oh, gee. Hey, let's take a rest, Rocky. I'm all in. We've been rushing around for hours.
Well, we won't locate the professor that way.
Well, he's not here, I tell you. They've been over to the station with a toothpick.
Mitch, he's somewhere about.
Okay. Where?
He's hidden away.
Ah, you're nuts, Rocky. Look, it's like I said. Whoever kidnapped him has got him out of the station.
No one has left this place in the last 48 hours. They couldn't without being seen.
Look, hang on to your pants. This dump's big. 25 miles square, remember?
Yes, and it's surrounded by a man-proof electric fence.
Yeah.
Anyone touches that dies instantly, and the alarm bells ring in the guardhouse.
It's okay, but there's still the security planes.
They've all been accounted for.
Oh.
No, Mitch, the professor's still on this station.
Look, Rocky, every guy here was searching for him, and what happens? Nothing. Now, look, I figured that he... Hey, say, Rocky.
Yes?
You reckon he's still alive?
Why?
Well, if the murderer had buried his body...
He hasn't been murdered.
Well, they found a blood-stained shirt, you know.
Ah, that's only a red herring tossed on the trail. Mitch, there's no point to murdering him. What good would it do?
Well, it'd mean the end of the Venus flight, I guess.
Well, yes, I suppose it would.
Hey, Rocky, who do you suppose would want that to happen, though?
Jan Kabar might.
Oh, there you go again. We get back to him every time.
Everything leads back to him.
Now, you got a one-track mind, pal. Why are you so suspicious of him? You've got a perfect alibi.
Well, I can't explain, Mitch. It's just that something inside me keeps on repeating, it's him. It's him. Come on, let's join Anne and see whether she has any news.
Rocky, we're wasting time.
Yeah.
Jan and I went over this underground room hours ago.
Well, it won't hurt to go over it again.
Look, we've been in every possible corner, looked everywhere. Daddy's not here.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ann. Come on, Rocky, give it away.
Mitch, wait a minute, please.
What are you scratching around for? You look like a cat.
Just an idea I have. Wait a minute. I'll tell you if I find anything.
Okay, do that.
Oh,
What is it, Ann?
Oh, Mitch, I'm terribly frightened. I'm afraid we'll never see Daddy again.
Now, honey, relax. Don't give up hope.
I don't want to, and yet it seems so pointless. Nighttime now, and...
We got every chance, so don't give up hope.
Well, every man on the station's been looking for him all day. You know that. Captain Clark's even taken the guard off the Blue Streak.
Yeah, I guess we do that.
And the longer they...
Mitch!
Yeah?
You and Anne, come here!
Have you found him?
No! Just another trapdoor. Look.
Well, I'll go hopping.
Well, Well, we didn't see this before,
Cam's
Rocky.
been open lately, too. Look, you can see where the earth's been disturbed.
Yeah.
Mitch, come on now. Give me a hand to lift it. It's pretty heavy to me.
Yeah, you think I ought to? You know, I'm kind of delicate, Rocky. I don't want to go...
Mitch, come on. Give me a hand.
Okay. Can we both grab hold of the ring?
I think so. I ought to be able to. You
Right.
Yep. All right. Both together.
Come on, Rocky, do something. Don't just stand there.
All right, come on now. Heave.
Oh,
Come on, Mitch.
and again.
All right.
You coming?
I think so.
Oh.
Oh, wait a minute. Right, this time.
Yeah.
Now, up, go.
There.
There it is.
Oh.
All right, now, come on. Throw it back.
Oh.
Mitch,
I'm
your
all
torch.
in.
Come on, your torch.
I have one here.
Look, shine it down there.
Here you are.
Hey, say, it
Oh, there's
looks...
some steps.
Yeah, it looks kind of sneaky, don't it?
Rocky, there's something lying back from the steps. Rocky, it's Daddy.
Hey, now, wait a minute.
Daddy.
Now, keep your torchlight on, Ann.
Right.
I'm going to go down.
Now, watch yourself, Rocky. You never know who might be waiting.
Mitch, if I yell, raise the alarm.
Sure thing.
Mitch, Daddy's not moving.
No, he's not, honey.
He's got to be all right.
Say, you okay, Rocky?
So far. Come on down.
Down there?
Come on. Yes, there's nothing to hurt us.
Oh, well, you go first, then. I'll be right behind you.
Rocky, is Daddy...
He's alive, Ann. Got that torch?
Yes, here it is.
Shine it on his face.
Rocky, he seems very asleep.
Now, don't worry. He's been chloroformed. Can't you smell it?
Yeah, I was wondering what the smell was.
Oh, Daddy, speak to me.
He won't wake up just yet.
Who'd have done this?
At the moment, the important question is why?
Yeah, that's the year's biggest quiz question. Well, brother, have they caused a fuss in the station? The whole place is turned upside down. Ann says they even took the guards off the Blue Streak to join in the hunt.
What? Then the ship's not guarded?
No, Captain Clark put them into the search late this afternoon. Oh, that doesn't matter. They're Rocky Daddy's saved. Thanks to you.
Gosh, that's it.
So what's gotten into you, Rocky?
I know now why your father was hidden down here, Ann. So that the Blue Streak would be left unguarded. Mitch, come on.
Where to?
Back to the spaceship.
Now, wait a minute,
We've
Rocky.
not time. Whoever kidnapped the professor is out to destroy the Blue Streak.
Well, yeah, but we can't leave Ann here.
You'll be all right, won't you, Ann?
Yes, of course.
We'll send Captain Clark back. Mitch, on your way. We haven't a moment to lose.
Yeah, but I still don't get the setup.
Mitch, stop asking questions and do as I say.
Okay, but who do you expect to find in the control cabin?
Yan Kabar.
Oh, Rocky, look, you're
He's
getting...
the only person in this station who'd want to cripple the ship.
But why?
Because of Ann Vernon.
What?
He's in love with her, and from something he said to me the other day, he believes that she's in love with me.
You mean he's jealous of you?
Yes, he is. He's determined to stop her going to Venus with me. Well, the best way to do that is to smash the Blue Streak.
Well, that sounds crazy to me.
Jealousy makes people crazy.
Oh, Rocky, you're wrong. I can't see him doing that.
Come on, you wait here.
Not me. I'm going in there with you.
All right, then watch yourself, Mitch. Kabar might have a gun. And keep your voice down.
Okay, Rocky, he'll be waiting for us. He's sure to have heard the lift.
Well, he mightn't have. He's got all the lights on.
Yeah.
I wonder what he's doing. He must be in the control cabin.
Well, he's not in the airlock chamber anyways.
No. We'll slip up. Mitch.
Yeah?
Look over by the switchboard.
It's a robot. About 2 feet high.
Yes. In human shape.
Say, it's for all the world like that one we saw at Las Vegas. Well, Rocky, it's dressed like a little man. What's it doing?
Something with that switchboard.
Well, of all the...
Mitch, I'm going to grab it.
Now, be careful, Rocky.
You cover me with your gun while I creep up on it.
Hey, it's turning round. Look at its face, will you? And those 2 eyes. It's staring straight at us. Oh, jeepers, it gives me the creeps.
Stay where you are.
Don't move. It's turning out the lights. What do we do?
Now, listen, Mitch. I'll grab it as it comes towards the door.
But it mightn't do it.
It's coming straight for us.
Yeah.
I got you! Mitch,
Rocky! Where are you? Rocky!
Rocky's cry of pain echoes round the airlock chamber of the giant spaceship. His heart beating fast, Mitch searches for his friend in the darkness. What has happened to Rocky, and where is the robot? Be certain to be with us for thrills and startling developments in the next exciting chapter of the Rocky Starr Adventure, Destination Venus! Destination Venus, an adventure with Rocky Starr. Some 12 hours before the Venus takeoff, Professor Vernon disappears. As the blackness of night descends over the Death Valley station, Rocky finds him in an underground cellar. Convinced that whoever kidnapped the professor is bent on destroying the Blue Streak, Rocky and Mitch race for the ship. There in the airlock chamber, they see a small, human-like robot. Suddenly the lights go off. In the eerie darkness of the small room, the robot walks toward them.
I'll grab it when it's close, Mitch. Got you.
Hang on to it, fella.
Yeah, I will. Oh, Mitch.
Rocky, where are you? Look out, that robot's still around. Oh, what? Oh, gee, I bumped my head at the cupboard. Hey, Rocky, answer me, will you? Hey, I gotta find the light switch. It's over here someplace. What can have happened to Rocky? Hey, that robot's got it. Oh, where's the switch? Oh, here we are. Now, when I... Say, Rocky, out to it. Come on, pal. Wake up, will you? Wake up. We gotta get out of this, Rocky.
Oh.
Are you all right?
Oh, what hit me?
You tell me and we'll both know.
I remember grabbing that robot and then a terrific pain shot right through me.
Miss Rocky, there's a lift. What? The robot's escaping. We'll have to stop it.
No, we can't now, Mitch.
Oh, look, Rocky, we'll have to.
No,
Come on.
Mitch. No, stay here.
Well, you want to get that thing, don't you?
We will later on.
Okay.
Give me a hand to get up, will you?
Right. Here.
Up. Oh, boy.
Oh. Hey, you better relax. Take it easy, Rocky. You're looking awful gray.
Oh, I'll be all right in a minute.
So, you know, that robot thing must have given off an electric shock when you touched it.
I don't know, but whatever it was, it certainly knocked me.
Yeah. Well, where do we go from here?
I don't know. We better take a wander around the chamber and the control cabin.
For gosh sakes, why? Why don't we go after that robot?
Mitch, it wasn't here for fun. That's a certainty. We're sent here to do a job.
Okay. What kind of job?
Well, I just can't answer that yet.
Oh, look, Rocky, this whole thing's getting screwier every minute.
Listen, that thing was here to wreck this ship.
You mean it's got the time bomb around?
Well, it could have.
Well, let's get out of here.
Now, wait a minute. Why? Well, it wouldn't be the first time bomb put on the Blue Streak.
Yeah, well, the thing certainly happened fast. First the professor kidnapped, and now this. Hey, say, I wonder who he is.
Oh, listen, come on, stop talking, Mitch. Let's stop talking and look around and see if you can find anything anyplace.
Stop fussing, my dear. There's nothing wrong with me.
You're all nervy and shaken, isn't he, Jan?
Now, don't you agree with her?
As a matter of fact, Professor, I did not intend to. I think you look remarkably well after your experience.
Yes, and I feel well, too.
You're still staying in bed.
Oh, and you're as bad as that doctor.
Daddy, dear, have sense. You must be tired out.
Not a bit of it, not a bit of it. I've been asleep for nearly 12 hours. I'm full of beans.
You can't be. You are chloroformed and your shoulders are all bruised.
And Vernon, I'm your father.
All right. I give in. Go on, get up if you want to.
I will, too. The Blue Streak leaves on schedule.
Professor, why not rest for a few more minutes while you explain what really happened?
Well, we've only a few hours to take off, Jan.
That can be delayed a few minutes without any ill effects to anyone.
Oh, very well, then. Not that there's much to tell, mind you.
Where did you go after you left us at breakfast?
Well, it's as I told Captain Clark. I set out for Rocky's room. I remember distinctly walking through the machine tool shop.
Did you not hear or see your attacker?
No, I didn't.
That is rather strange.
Captain Clark said the same thing. He thinks I must have forgotten, but I haven't. I was walking through the machine shop when something heavy fell across my shoulders. It knocked me flat on the ground.
What was it?
I've no idea that. I thought at first it had fallen from the rafters, and then, when I tried to get up, this thing appeared to push me down. Then I saw a white cloth. And the next second, it was pressed over my mouth and nose. It had a sweet, sickly smell. I tried to pull it away, but before I could, there was a terrific explosion, and I remember nothing more until I woke up here.
Oh, Daddy, who could have done this?
I wish I knew. They pay for their work.
It is most regrettable that this should happen now.
Tell me, who found me, by the way?
Rocky.
Rocky? Where is he? I'd like to thank him.
Well, a few seconds after he located you in that cellar, he dashed off to the Blue Streak.
When was this, Anne?
Let me see. Oh, must have been 15 minutes ago.
Oh, I see.
Blue Streak? Well, what did he go there for?
Well, you see, he has some idea that your disappearance is part of a plan to smash the Blue Streak.
Professor, would you excuse me?
Yes, of course.
I have some work to do.
I'll come with you, Jan.
No, stay with your father, my dear.
He really should rest.
I would rather you did not come with me, Anne.
Oh, very well.
Oh, Anne, forgive my being so abrupt. However, I must finish this work alone. Goodbye, Professor.
Jan's in a hurry?
Yes.
Well, it's not like him to be so snappy. His work must be important for him to rush off in that manner.
Yes, it must be.
It might be something to do with the Blue Streak, of course.
I think I'll wander down to the ship and see if Rocky and Mitch are still there.
We're on a wild goose chase, pal. We've been over the control cabin again and again, and there was nothing there.
Well, was it? That robot wasn't in the ship for nothing.
Okay. Well, what was it doing?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, Lucky, let's give it away.
Come on now, let's keep looking.
Now, how much longer do we have to scratch around this airlock chamber like a couple of fowls?
Now, listen, get on with it and stop your grumbling.
Well, from the way you've been talking, you think that robot had a brain.
Well, it has, sort of.
Huh?
Yeah, I believe that thing will do exactly as it's instructed.
Well, the only work we saw it do was to turn off the lights. Couldn't have done anything else. There's not even a speck of dust out of place in the ship.
Wait a second, Mitch.
Sure, help yourself. I'll wait a couple of years. I got nothing else to do.
Oh, yes, you have.
Hey?
Come on, look behind the switchboard.
Look, I have 3 times already, and... Say, what's that?
A bomb, I should say. Cleverly hidden away behind this plug.
Yeah. Hey, Rocky, is that a ticket?
Mm-hmm.
Well, cut off my right leg and call me lefty. It's a time bomb. Let's get out of here.
Well, we can't go yet.
Yeah, but that thing will go off.
And blow up the Blue Streak unless we prevent it.
Well, we can't help it, Rocky. I say the best thing for us to do is to be on the outside
We've
of
got to get this bomb out of here and away from the ship, Mitch. Now, it won't take a second to prise off that plug.
You mind if I leave?
Wait a minute. Got it. Now, come on, bring up the lift, and we'll rush it down to the ground. Well, come on, Mitch, don't stand there. Get the lift.
Rocky.
Mitch, don't fool around. Will you get the
got
lift?
something to tell you.
Huh?
Look in the doorway. Look in the doorway with the gun.
Kabar.
Actual service, gentlemen.
I didn't hear the elevator.
I find the steel ladder on the gantry.
That explains how you sneaked up on it.
Is this a social visit?
I do not pay social calls with a gun in my hand.
Oh.
Kabar, look, I'm awfully sorry we can't stop to talk, but
Do not move.
Hey, look, Rocky found a time bomb behind that switchboard, and it's liable to go bang, bang any minute.
It will.
Well, I ain't staying around till it does. I don't know if it passes around the walls.
That bomb will not explode just yet. I know.
You ought to. Your robot put us there.
Well, you were right all the time, Rocky.
He was.
I thought it was Gregor who was at the bottom of all our troubles.
Who are you, Kabar?
That is my secret.
Well, tickle my tonsils. Look, that bomb is
Will
going to...
explode in 6 minutes, Mitch. And you too with it?
How do you intend to escape?
I will manage.
We might have something to say about that.
You cannot prevent it. In a minute or two, I shall put a bullet in your legs and close the cabin door. That should keep you both here.
You cold-blooded swine. And stop your giggling. It gives me the collywobble.
Kabar, seeing that we're to die, surely you can tell us who you are and why you're so intent on destroying the Blue Streak.
Gregor asked me that question, too.
Were you connected with him?
I used him, yes. I am not from his country, though. However, my story can be of no interest to you. I am quite sorry to have to do this. Yet it has to be.
Hey, say, this is America. You can't shoot people whenever you feel like it.
Besides, Anne wouldn't stand for it. Would you, Anne?
And she...
Oh, he fell for it, Rocky.
Out of the way, Mitch. He still has that gun, and
I'm quite sorry to have to do this. Yet it has to be.
Hey, say, this is America. You can't shoot people whenever you feel like it.
Besides, Anne wouldn't stand for it. Would you, Anne?
And she...
Oh, he fell for it, Rocky.
Out of the way, Mitch. He still has that gun.
And I will use it.
Drop it. Let it go, Kabar. Get hold of it, Mitch.
I got it, pal. I got it. Hey, let me shout.
Leave this to me, Mitch. Kabar needs a lesson.
You cannot break away from me, Rocky.
Well, we'll see. Here, now catch this.
Oh. I'll cover him, Rocky. I got him.
Now, put away that gun, Mitch.
Gee.
Put it away. We're going to fight this out on the old-fashioned way. All right, come on, Kabar, up on your feet. You haven't had enough yet.
No, not nearly enough.
Look out, Rocky. He's got a knife.
You would, eh?
Oh, Rocky, your arm.
Soon he will feel it in the face.
Oh, let me give it to him, boss.
Mitch, no, he's mine. Now, come on, Kabar.
I am coming.
I'll teach you to use a knife. All right. Come on, Kabar, get up. Come on, get up or I'll grab you by the hair.
Take it easy, Rocky. He's had enough, I think. He's out.
All right. Perhaps he has had enough.
Rocky! Jan, what's going on?
Oh, hello, Anne.
Have you and Jan been fighting again?
Yes, it's... Well, I'm glad you came when you did.
Oh, don't speak to me. Jan, are you all right?
Yes, Anne. Quite.
Oh, then come on, Kabar. Stand up. You're going to tell us your story.
I will do. Nothing of the sort.
You'll start talking and talking fast, otherwise I'll belt it out of you. Now, come on. Who are you and what's your game?
Very well. I will tell you everything.
With blood trickling from the corner of his mouth, Jan climbs slowly to his feet. His left eye is swollen. He stares narrowly at Rocky for a moment and then begins to unfold a fantastic story that fills his listeners with amazement. Who is and whence comes Jan Kabar? You will learn in the next thrilling chapter of the Rocky Starr Adventure, Destination Venus. Destination Venus, an adventure with Rocky Starr. Convinced that the professor's disappearance is part of the plan to destroy the Blue Streak, Rocky and Mitch rush back to the ship. There they discover a powerful time bomb hidden behind a switchboard. As they're about to hurry away with it from the spaceship, they are held up at gunpoint by Jan Kabar. Rocky throws him off guard and then attacks him. In the fight, Jan is defeated just as Anne arrives.
You're just in time to hear Jan's story.
He's hurt.
Jan, he deserves to be. He pulled a gun on us and he slashed Rocky with a knife.
Jan did. I don't believe you.
What are you doing, that, Anne? He did. Look at Rocky's arm, will you? And what's more, Kabar sent a robot thing up here to blow the Blue Streak to pieces.
Where is that robot, by the way, Kabar?
He will have returned to my room now that his work is completed.
Why, that thing's almost human.
Yes, it is. It will do exactly as it is instructed.
Say, that reminds me, that time bomb.
What are you all talking about?
We'll tell you later, Anne. The bomb's due to explode in a couple of minutes, unless Kabar can stop it. Oh, can you?
It is not difficult.
Well, start moving, pal.
Very well. It means removing the fuse, that is all.
Oh, I wish someone would explain everything.
Kabar will do all that in a few seconds.
I can't understand what you...
There.
The bomb is harmless now.
Good. All right, now start talking. Who are you and where do you come from?
Rocky, I would prefer to tell my story in front of Professor Vernon.
Oh, no, you don't, pal.
What objections can you have?
I don't trust you. You mightn't have fixed that bomb.
I have, Mitch, honestly. The Blue Streak and all of you are quite safe.
Boy, you sound real disappointed.
In one way, yes. In another, I am glad. I have grown to like both Rocky and you in spite of everything.
Don't give me that sub
It is true, nevertheless.
Yes, I believe it is, Kabar. Well, come on, we'll go down, wash up, and then listen to your story.
Are you comfortable, Jan?
Quit wasting your sympathy on him, Ann. He's the cause of all our trouble.
Mitch, cut it out.
Well, yeah, Rocky, but look...
Quiet, will you, please?
Okay. I won't even breathe loudly.
Well, Kabar, we're waiting. Who are you?
My real name is Vokyan.
Oh, don't interrupt all the time, Mitch.
Oh, sorry, Professor.
Go on, Jan.
Mine is a name that would be most unusual in your world. But where I come from, Vokyan is a name that is respected. My father, Vokta, is president of Venus.
Venus? You come from that star?
My people would be amazed to hear you refer to our world as a star. It is almost as big as your Earth.
Jan, I can't believe it.
You will as I go on. Perhaps I should tell you something of the history of my world. That will help to explain why I am here. We Venusians have learned to live in peace with one another. Not that we have always known security.
twice we have suffered all the horrors of atomic and cosmic ray warfare in interplanetary wars.
Interplanetary wars?
You, of course, in your small world would not know of them. First, we were invaded by the two-headed hordes from Jupiter, then by the flying men from Mars. Unfortunately, on both occasions, we were able to defeat our attackers. After those attempts to conquer us, my people swore that never again would they be taken unawares.
When did this happen, Kabar?
By your years, the last invasion of Venus took place 50 years ago. As I said, we were determined ever to be on guard. We cherished the peace we had known and won. We developed powerful electronic telescopes to watch the nearby planets, including your Earth. We built immense space stations and suspended them thousands of miles from Venus. They are still there today. Inside those stations are cosmic ray defenses that will cripple any invaders. Well, for a long period we felt safe and secure. Then one day my father, Rocky Starr, sent for me.
I have a great problem.
Yes?
Atomic power is being used on the planet we know as Earth. 2 explosions have already been recorded by our observatories.
Yes, but our scientists did that centuries ago, Father.
True. And yet I worry. The Earthlings may become a danger to our peace and security.
How could they? Our defenses are...
My son, they have unleashed a power, the strength of which they have not yet tasted. As with all peoples in the universe, some men on Earth will have gazed out far into the infinity that is space. They will have dreamed of exploring the other worlds they know only as a light in the darkness.
They cannot harm us. Our cosmic ray defenses will cripple any spaceship they send.
It would be better, my son, should they never learn the secrets of space travel.
How can we prevent that?
I am not certain, and that is why I worry. First, we must recognize them as a danger to us. Then we must study their habits and their speech. I will leave you and your scientific colleagues to work out all the details. I trust you will be able to accomplish.
And so I began my task. It was not easy. To find a way of studying your Earthlings seemed impossible.
Say, this sounds like a fairy story.
It is not, Mitch, believe me.
Yeah, but look... Quiet, man.
As I was saying, we had to develop some method of learning all we could about your Earth. For when the President gives an order, it must be obeyed. At last, we overcame all obstacles. We designed tiny spaceships just big enough to carry one man. We fitted them with electronic cameras to photograph your cities, and with telescopic vision sets to record your habits and your speech. Some time after I had first spoken with my father, I stood with him on a spaceship station and watched them take off. The fog that seemed always with us on Venus was heavier and more oppressive than usual. There they go, Father.
May they have great success.
They will. Some of them will land near the cities. Our men will wander among the peoples recording their speech and faces.
They may be taken prisoner, Jan.
They know what they have to do if they are. They will destroy their cameras and themselves. I doubt whether the Earthlings will even realize that they're being watched.
I am sure their eyes will not be able to follow the flight of our spaceships.
No, Father. Within a few months they will be back with information, and we should know lots more of this planet called Earth. Well, within a few years, thanks to the efforts of our men, we had photographs of your buildings, recordings of your speech, and copies of your newspapers.
Where did your spaceships first land, Jan?
In America. We had pinpointed the atomic explosions, and we directed our ships towards that point with instructions to go to the nearest big city.
Weren't any of them seen landing or taking off?
At that time, there was a great deal in the papers about flying saucers, you may remember.
Oh, yes. And the American Navy reckoned they belonged to them.
They may have. They were definitely not our ships.
Yeah, and were any of your men captured?
Not one, Anne.
Then no one on Earth even suspected that we had visitors from another planet.
According to our crews, they wandered quite freely through the American city.
I guess they could at that. Sure made some queer-looking and queer-dressed guys hereabouts.
I agree with you, Mitch. Well, within months, we could understand some of your languages, some of your dreams, and we feared you even more. With the formation of the United States Interplanetary Research Commission and your great progress in the use of atomic power, we had to act quickly. Again, my father sent for me.
one more commission for you. You are to go to Earth.
To Earth?
At once. You have learnt the language that is spoken most in the land of America. You go there to join the members of that research station.
How can I, Father?
I cannot help you there, but you must. Before many days have passed, the Earthlings will be traveling in space. We must act now while yet there is time.
I do not understand you, Father.
My son, do you not realize that very soon the people will attempt the conquest of space? You will prevent that.
Even should I do that, they will eventually come.
By then, we will be prepared for them. I must have time to reorganize our defenses. You can give me that time, Jan. Proceed to this valley in America and smash that spaceship they are building. You must, Jan. You must.
And so, some 4 years ago, by your calendars, I landed in America. Our spaceship put down not far from the Caribbean Sea. You may remember there were tales of mysterious atomic explosions in that area at that time. It was my spaceship landing and taking off again.
Well, blow me down. What a story this is. Why didn't your father send a mission to our world, Jan?
We did not trust you. We think that you will try to conquer the universe under the pretext of trade. You have not yet learned to live at peace with one another. We have. We want nothing to do with you or your world.
I still find it hard to believe that you are not Jan Kabar.
I resemble him, yes, but the real Kabar died more than 2 years ago. I know, I killed him.
Oh.
Now, I look closely at you. There's a difference.
It is my skin. It is a smoky color.
That's it, Jan.
When you decided to come here, how did you know that there would be anyone resembling you?
That was a risk I had to take. I felt that among the hundreds employed at your station, there would be one I could reasonably impersonate. Fortunately, that one worked very close to you, Professor. Had you and Anne not been so engrossed in your work, you must have noticed the difference between the real Kabar and myself. And now you all know. I have tried to cripple the blue streak.
After meeting us and living with us, surely you still don't feel that we want to conquer the universe, do you?
Perhaps not you people, but others would. People such as Gregor.
Oh, boy, I never heard nothing like this.
Do you believe me, Anne?
Yes, I do.
And you, Rocky?
Yes.
And you do not hate me?
Why should I?
I have twice tried to kill you, once at Las Vegas and again during the wind tunnel test.
Well, had I been in your shoes, I suppose I'd have done the same thing.
I did not enjoy killing those who died.
You know, Jan, after listening to you speak of Venus, I'm keener than ever to go there.
Yeah, me too. Sure sounds a swell place.
Yeah, and tell us everything about your world. What the land looks like, the rivers, the mountains, the people.
It would not help you.
Why not?
Because you must not set foot on Venus. It would mean instant death to all of you. Promise me you will not go there. Promise.
His eyes and voice full of pleading, Jan tries desperately to persuade them to give up the flight to this strange, mysterious world that lies millions of miles away. Be sure to be with us for the next thrilling chapters of the Rocky Starr Adventure. Destination Venus! Destination Venus, an adventure with Rocky Starr. When his final attempt to destroy the blue streak fails, Jan Kabar tells an amazing story.
My father is president of Venus. I've been sent to prevent any person leaving Earth for our world.
Eyes wide with disbelief, Rocky and the others sit tensely listening to Jan's every word. As his story unfolds, they learn of a great new world that until then they had only known as a bright light in the sky. They hear of cosmic ray defenses that ring the planet, and the reason why Jan is on Earth.
We do not trust you, Earthlings. We believe that you will attempt to conquer our world under the pretext of trade.
Now that you have lived with us, you still can't feel that way.
Perhaps not you people, but there are other countries. The men of Gregor's homeland boast of conquering the universe. No, Professor. We Venusians want nothing to do with you Earthlings. We have learnt to enjoy life, to live in peace with one another. You have not.
Jan, what's your world like? There's the rivers, the mountains. Describe everything to us.
That would take many days, Anne. Venus is almost as large as your Earth.
There's one thing you haven't explained yet. How did you intend to return home?
One of our spaceships travels to this world every 6 months. If I am not at the appointed meeting place, it returns without me.
You know, the more you speak of Venus, the keener I am to see it.
No, you must not. It would mean instant death for you all. Promise you will not go.
Oh, now, just a moment, Jan.
Professor, make them promise.
Yeah. For years, I've worked to make this space flight possible. I've sacrificed everything.
Would you knowingly send your daughter to her death?
I won't believe that your people would kill her.
Nor will I, Anne. When your father learns that we don't want to conquer Venus, I'm sure he'll be only too glad to welcome us.
There is no welcome for any of you. You must do as I say.
You can't ask the professor to forget the whole idea after the years of work and the money that's been spent on it.
I don't know whether I'd be allowed to drop the scheme anyway. After all, there are others to be considered, Jan. You know, for instance, Mr. Herman D. Wright. They've both advanced us enormous sums of money.
I do not expect an immediate answer. I suggest you discuss it together and give me your reply later. Now, I'm going to my room.
Oh, no, you don't, Kabar.
Pardon?
You're sticking here, just in case you get any funny little ideas about busting the blue streak.
Are you still suspicious of me, Mitch?
Sure, you gave us plenty of trouble before. No, I'll just tag along with you.
No, Mitch, I will. Not that I think Jan would attempt any such thing, but I want to talk to him. Come on, Jan. Daddy, I'll agree to any decision you three make.
Well, Rocky? Well, the flight's on, naturally.
Now, don't be too hasty. Do you believe Jan's story?
Yes, don't you?
It was so convincing, it's hard not to. Now I understand why he always insisted that a highly intelligent people inhabited Venus.
Yeah, well, I find it hard to swallow, Professor. Oh, I guess it's all true, but blow me down. I never thought there were guys living in them stars.
But little Jan has told us those guys seem to have advanced much more than we have on Earth.
You can say that again.
However, that doesn't solve our problem.
What problem?
The Venus flight.
Professor, as far as I'm concerned, it's on.
That goes for me, too.
It could mean your death.
Them Venusians can't kill us. We're too tough.
Professor, you can't pull out now. Neither you know nor Mr. Wright would agree to it. And if we don't go, they'll find someone who will. So come on, let's get cracking.
I was hoping you'd say that, Rocky. Now, regarding the crew.
Well, it'll be the same as before.
Huh? You mean we're taking Kabar?
Why not?
Rocky, you're nuts. That guy is
It's the only sensible thing to do, Mitch. He'll be a great help on this flight.
Furthermore, Mitch, he could be very useful when you arrive on Venus. His presence might mean the difference between life and death.
Yeah, but I guess I just don't trust him.
Mitch, he's coming, and that's that.
Okay. Only when he pulls some fast stuff, don't say I didn't warn you. Why,
Professor, if you're agreeable, we'll take off in half an hour.
The last 20 minutes have gone quickly, Jan.
Very.
You're awfully quiet. Are you angry because we haven't taken your advice?
And you do not understand my people. My father, Vokta, will resist your attempt to land on Venus. The blue streak will not even pass out after defenses.
We could, if you'd radio your father and ask his permission.
Perhaps.
When you explain that we're only explorers and nothing more, I'm certain he'll welcome us.
Yes, he might too.
Jan, what's he like? Tell me about your home and family.
I will one day.
Why not now?
Where is Rocky?
When I came up to the control cabin, he was talking to Daddy. Mr. Wright wants an invitation to our takeoff.
Did your father agree to that?
No. Daddy won't have any strangers near him. He says the less who know of our plans, the better.
Surely, Mr. Wright...
Don't let's talk about him. Tell me about your father, Vokta.
I would rather speak of us.
Us?
And does my being a Venusian make any difference to your feelings for me?
How do you mean?
I love you, darling.
Do?
Stop pretending, Anne. Ever since we met, I have loved you. I want you for my wife.
Jan, I don't know what to say.
I assure you that your happiness will be my only thought.
Where would we live?
On Venus, of course. One day I will be president, and all our world will be yours to command. Oh, Anne, you will love my people. They are so friendly.
Haven't you forgotten something?
What?
You said that we'd all die the instant we arrived.
I did, yes. But since then I've been thinking. You are right. I can alter my father's decision. I will make him understand that you three are different. With the help of you all, we will bring our two worlds closer. Ours will be the first marriage between them. You will marry me, Anne?
Diana, I'll have to think about it.
Say you love me, darling.
Oh, no. Don't kiss me.
Say, you two all ready?
Yes, Mitch.
Good. Rocky's on his way. Leaving in a couple of minutes. Say, how much longer do we have to twiddle our thumbs, Rocky?
We're waiting for the all clear from the professor.
Poor old Daddy. He was awfully upset when we said goodbye.
He's not the only one, neither.
Now, Mitch, don't start that.
Well, I can't help it, Rocky. I'm scared. Look, we're not even headed for Venus. We're pointed one way, and that star's pointed the other.
Look, by the time we've traveled 20 million miles, Venus will be dead ahead of us.
Yeah, well, what happens if we miss it?
Oh, Mitch, you're impossible.
No, I'm not.
Now, listen, you say another word, and I'll throw you out on your ear.
Control to Blue Streak. Area cleared for takeoff. Over.
Blue Streak to control. Message received. That's all.
Good luck, you all. Good luck. That's all.
Stand by for taking off. Attach safety harness.
Safety harness attached.
Safety harness attached.
Close the airlock.
Airlock closed.
Start gyros.
Gyro's running.
Count off for firing from 15. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire!
We're off, Rocky! Venus, here we come!
Switch on front television cameras.
What do you want them for?
They'll be our eyes for the trip.
Hey, you're not thinking of running into anything, are you?
Save your breath and keep your mind on the job.
Okay. Hey, Rocky, she's really picking up speed now.
Lie down, Mitch. The acceleration will break your neck. Lie down!
Professor, I brought you a cup of coffee and some
Oh, you shouldn't have worried, Andy.
I knew you wouldn't bother with chow unless I got it for you.
I'm not terribly hungry.
Well, you know you never are when you get that look, Professor. How's the Blue Streak?
Flying beautifully. It's well on its way to Venus.
Hear anything from Rocky or Ann?
I don't expect to just yet. They'll have blacked out with a terrific acceleration. They're traveling at 10,000 miles an hour already. Look at the Blue Streak on that radar screen.
Yeah, it's all silly.
Why'd you say that?
Well, fancy them racing off to a thumping star. It ain't natural.
Oh, Andy, you don't understand.
Well, maybe I don't. Yet I says if we was intended to go visiting stars, we would have been born with wings instead of arms, and engines instead of legs. It ain't natural, I says.
It's progress, Andy. Do you realize that within a few years we'll be trading with Venus?
Yeah, fighting more than likely.
Nonsense.
Oh, no, it ain't. Us here on Earth never discovered no place without starting a scrap over it. You know, if I was king of that star, I wouldn't let the Blue Streak land there. Well, not that there's anyone up there, of course.
Professor Kabar was born there.
Yeah, well, people are born into funny things.
Born on Venus? Yes, his father is its president.
Well, schnack me with a bit of grass. Do you mean to say there's forks on all them stars in the sky?
On some of them, yes.
Ah, you're not kidding me, are you?
Well, why should I?
No. No, that's right. Boy, wait till I tell the wife and kids about this. They reckon I'm going nuts.
Stay with me for a few weeks, Andy, and you'll learn the truth yourself. You'll most probably hear Rocky and Ann speaking from Venus. Within a few weeks, they'll be walking around that vast new world. Andy, you're witnessing the beginning of the greatest exploration this world has ever known.
As the professor speaks, the Blue Streak streams up, ever upward through the vast unknown that lies beyond our world. What will happen on this flight? Will they reach the far-off planet safely, or will Yan make one more attempt to destroy them? There are thrills waiting for you in the next chapter of the Rocky Starr Adventure. Destination Venus. Destination Venus, an adventure with Rocky Starr. At long last, the Blue Streak is headed for Venus. Hour after hour, it races on at the unbelievable speed of 30,000 miles an hour. On through the infinite space that lies between us and the planet. As Yan shows Rocky and the others of his homeland, Mitch sees a small object on the radar screen.
Seems to be flying our course.
As they watch, the tiny pinpoint grows larger and larger. Suddenly, Rocky realizes it's another spaceship.
And it's headed straight for us.
How far away is it?
Very roughly, I'd say 500 miles.
Agree, Ann? Agreed. Unless you change direction, we will crash head on.
Oh, quit the babble and do something.
All right, attach safety harness, everyone. I'll fire the forward port rockets and swing a nose round, then let a blast with the tail rocket. I think that should do the trick.
Well, get cracking, fella. That other ship's awful close.
Firing forward port rockets.
Did we make it?
Oh, I think we must have. We're still in one piece.
Oh, boy. Say, we could be dead.
Well, we're not, my little cheer germ.
Thanks to you.
Thanks to Mitch. He spotted that spaceship first. Just as well he did, too. It was awfully close.
Yeah, I never want to go through that again. Hey, I wonder where that ship's going. Can you make it out in the rear television screen?
Yes, it's fading fast. Seems to be traveling towards Earth.
Certainly does. Why would it be, though?
Ask me something easy, Rocky.
Yeah, well, I wish I had the pilot right next to me. So now with that guy, trying to ram us.
No, Mitch, no. That wasn't deliberate. We just happened to be flying the same course.
With all the room up here, why pick on our track?
Where could it have come from, Rocky?
Well, I don't know. Perhaps Venus.
I do not agree. A ship calls for me every 6 months. But I was not expecting one for some weeks.
Well, then who does it belong to?
I cannot say. Other worlds have learnt the secrets of space travel, you know. It may be from Jupiter or Mars.
Yes, I suppose so.
The thing that puzzles me is what it's doing.
Maybe we should have stopped and asked them. Gee, I'm a comic, you know.
Mitch.
I kill myself.
You're hopeless.
Yeah, well, what does it matter where it comes from or where it's going? We can't do nothing about it.
I guess you got something there.
I suggest you turn back on course, Rocky.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll do the best I can. We'll get as close as possible to our true course, and then have the professor give us a bearing.
Heck, a guy never has a moment's peace on this ship. There I was, having 40 winks in my bunk, when what happened? You and Ann grabbed me and dragged me down in the airlock chamber.
Listen to him to think he wasn't having any fun, Ann.
Yeah, sure I am, only
Well,
I
then
got it.
listen. Get
What?
into your outer space.
Well, why? We're not in Venus?
Well, we're going outside.
Oh, well, that'll be a change. Outside?
That's what I said. Well, that's where the television aerial is, isn't it?
Oh, look, I got an awful lot
And
of
our
things
forward television set isn't working, is it?
Well, yeah, I'll admit
And
that.
we can't do without it, Mitch. You know that. That's the eyes of our flight.
Yeah, I understand all that, Rocky. It's just that we can't...
We can't what?
Go outside the ship. Say, look, I'll wait right here for you in the airlock chamber. You and Ann can take yourselves out, and then everybody will be happy, huh?
Behave yourself. Come on now.
Well, we just can't walk out of the door of the spaceship. We'd fall off or something. We might, fall into whatever's out there.
Mitch, don't have any worries. You can't possibly. We'll all be roped together like alpine climbers.
That's okay, but who's going to be last?
Don't listen to him, Rocky. Isn't one of his, shall we say, funny moods?
Funny, nothing.
Thank
I'm
you,
just
Ann.
scared. Plain scared.
You're
stiff.
nothing of the sort. Go on, get into your spacesuit and stop arguing.
Okay, but if I fall off the rock, the blue streak, well, I'll just fall off.
Oh, Mitch, you're wonderful. I wouldn't be without you.
Come on. Now, let's cut the cackle. Hurry it up, you two.
No, we can't hurry. We got to slow down.
What's the matter?
I'm ready. Help me on with my helmet,
Oh,
Rocky.
sorry. All set. Hold still. Right. Here we are. How you going, Mitch? You need any help?
Nah, you know me. I'm okay. I guess I'll make it.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Now, listen. Don't forget, we'll be speaking to each other on the walkie-talkie radio.
Yeah. Hey, Rocky, just a minute. Can Ann hear us?
No, not at the moment. Why?
Well, look, do you reckon it's safe to leave Kabar alone in the control cabin?
Oh, yes, Mitch. He won't try any tricks.
You said that before. He just might, you know.
I know I said it before, but... Well, quite honestly, I think he's given up all those ideas. Come on. Don't worry about him.
Okay, sure the bus.
Now, come on with your helmet, and we'll fix that aerial. Oh, and listen, don't forget to switch on your oxygen. There's no air outside, you know.
Don't worry, I'm not going to forget that. Hey, oh, you two should see yourselves. You look like a couple of divers at a fancy dress ball.
Hello, Ann. Receiving me?
Yes.
We'll go out as soon as Mitch is ready.
I'm right with you, pal.
All set?
Yep.
Open the airlock. Here we are.
You lead the way, Rocky, huh? It makes me sick just looking out into nothing. Oh, all right, I can take a hint. I'll go for it.
Mitch, listen, keep one foot on the hull of the ship always. Otherwise, you just might float off.
Hey, that's a fine thing to tell me when I'm stepping out the door.
Come on your way.
Okay, don't push me.
All right, Ann, you next.
Right. Say, get a move on, you two. It's awful lonely. Gee, kind of hard working and walking in these gravity boots, ain't it?
You'll get used to it, don't worry. Listen, everybody. Keep close together.
Try and lose me, pal.
Will we ever?
Come on. The aerial's up first.
Say, you know, I never would have believed that you could do this. Fancy walking around the outside of a spaceship.
Oh, there's no danger. There's nothing up here to blow you up. No wind, no nothing. It's a vacuum.
Yeah. By heck, I feel as though I could bump my head on some of those stars. They seem kind of close, don't they?
And
Mm-hmm.
look back there.
Yes.
Oh, boy. What a sight.
Rocky, isn't it beautiful?
Oh, it certainly is. It really is a sight. I wish I had the words to describe it.
Yeah, I bet you do. Yeah, I bet all my kid pals would give anything to be standing out here looking down at that old Earth of ours. Say, it looks so scarred, don't it? I wonder if anybody's watching us.
Daddy said there were lots of astronomers following our progress.
Hey, well, I'd give the old buzzards a wave, huh? You, hey!
Hey, save your breath. You're as crazy as a loon sometimes, Mitch. Listen, we're millions of miles from the Earth now. We'd most probably appear like a comet. Well, come on. We won't fix the television aerial this way.
Nah, you're right. Hey, look, Rocky, I can't figure out what's wrong with it. Yeah, the retraction gear must have jammed something.
I see. Well, that's nothing to worry about. Shouldn't take long to fix. Come on, Ann.
Huh?
Ann, you're millions of miles away, too. What were you thinking about?
Oh, Daddy and that spaceship we passed. Now, it must be very close to us now.
Yes? Yes, I suppose it would be. I wonder where it came from, Ann.
Well, you going to eat this grub, Professor? Professor?
Yes?
I said your meal's getting cold.
I'm not hungry, Andy.
Oh, you must be. You ain't eaten nothing for hours.
I'm not hungry, I tell you.
No. You mob ain't natural. All you thinks about is spaceships and all that nonsense. And what are you staring at that radar screen so hard for?
I'm watching a spaceship. In fact, the whole station is.
Well, I can't see. Oh, yeah, I spotted it. Headed this way. It must be the Blue Streak returning.
It's not the Blue Streak.
Well, of course it is. There ain't too many spaceships toting around, you know.
This is one Rocky mentioned the other day. They nearly collided with it. The whole station has been following it for hours.
Huh? Where's it hailed from, did they say?
They haven't any more idea than we have. Andy, I believe it's going to land. Yes, it is. They've turned it over. It's coming in, tail first.
Ah, look, Professor, you're imagining things. Eat your dinner and then...
And what's more, it'll land close to our station.
Attention all observation posts. Spaceship will touch down nearby.
Slap me with a bit of grass. Are we being invaded?
Oh, don't be absurd, Andy. If we were being invaded, there'd be more than one ship. No, I have a feeling that it's come from Venus.
Nah, what can you be saying next?
Call Captain Clark. Ask him to come here. I must speak to him.
Professor, are you that sure that this ship don't mean no harm?
Well, what could it do, Captain?
Well, it's not my job to know that. I'm here to protect Uncle Sam's property. I've got a hunch I ought to send the jets up after it.
No, don't. Hold off until it lands.
It might be too late then. They might unload a ton of atomic bombs and blow us sky high.
Captain, if they intended attacking America, they wouldn't bother about Death Valley.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Well, I'll clap a guard around it as soon as it touches ground. In one false move and I'll start shooting. I'm taking no risks. You never know who might be aboard that.
Captain, that ship.
Huh?
There's something wrong.
How come?
Well, Scott, it'll crash unless they're careful.
Crash?
They'll never reduce speed in time to land safely. Sound the alarm, Captain. All personnel, take cover. Hurry. Everyone under cover, Captain.
Sure. Any chance of saving that ship?
No, it's slowed down a lot, but not enough. It's simply screaming towards us.
Ain't there nothing you can do?
Nothing, Captain. They're striving desperately to slow it down. They're too late. They'll crash any second.
Professor, they're going to crash now.
This is the only survivor we found, Professor.
I didn't expect anyone to live through that crash.
Well, he's hardly living. The doctor won't give him a chance.
Poor devil. I wonder who he is. And why.
Professor, his lips moved. He's trying to say something. Can you hear him?
No, not very well.
Votian.
What's he saying?
Quiet, Andy.
Message. Urgent. Votian.
Who's this Votian he keeps talking about?
The young Kabar. This man is from Venus.
Message for Votian. Urgent message.
Straining every nerve to catch the dying man's words, the professor leans closer to him. What message has the man from Venus brought for Yan Kabar? Has anything happened on the great planet? You will learn this and more in the next thrilling chapter of the Rocky Starr Adventure, Destination Venus! Destination Venus, an adventure with Rocky Starr! Millions of miles from our Earth, Rocky Starr saves the Blue Streak from a head-on collision with a strange spaceship. Days later, Professor Vernon and Andy watch that ship fast approaching Death Valley. Suddenly, the professor realizes that it must crash. From among the twisted, burnt-out ruins, they drag one dying survivor. As the professor and Andy stand by him, the stranger's lips move.
Message. Urgent for Votian.
Who's he talking about?
The young Kabar.
That's foreigner.
Listen, Andy.
Votian. Message.
Stranger, can you hear me? Can you?
Seems to have gone unconscious.
Stranger.
It's no use, Professor. He's a goner.
Stranger, tell me your message.
He's opening his eyes again.
Votian. What is it? Venus.
Can you understand him?
No, not a word. He's speaking in his own tongue. Stranger, can you speak as the Earthlings?
Hey, Professor, he's trying to get something out of his tunic.
I'll get it for you. Now, don't be afraid. I won't hurt you. Nothing in this packet except a piece of paper. Andy, perhaps this is the message.
Traitor.
I'd say he wants you to look at it from the way he's waving his hand.
I am looking at it.
And what's it say?
I haven't a clue.
Evicti, Votian. Evicti me.
Obviously something important, Andy. Oh, if I could only understand his language.
Well, you'd better broadcast that message to Kabar, hadn't you?
How can I? I've no idea what all these squiggles and dots mean.
It's so big, Votian.
He's wanting you to do something with it.
Andy, go to Arthur Wilson. Tell him to bring a microphone and a tape recorder here. I thought you was... Do as I say. I'm going to record this man's message and radio it to the Blue Streak. Hurry, Andy.
Had enough to eat, Mitch?
Is that all?
You've had your pill, haven't you?
Pills, that's all you ever get. I don't feel I've eaten anything for weeks.
Why, that pill contains the equivalent of some soup, a nice, juicy steak with vegetables, and a helping of apple pie.
Oh, stop it, Rocky. You're killing me. It's not as nice as eating all them things, you know. Boy, what I'd give for some bacon and eggs.
Any more coffee, Jan?
No thanks.
You all right, Jan?
Why do you ask?
You're looking rather tense and white.
Yeah.
Rocky, my father is in danger.
What?
He is in danger.
How do you know?
I do. I was sitting here in my bunk drinking the coffee when I felt him touch me and speak to me.
Jan, you've been dreaming.
No, and I was not. He spoke to me. I heard him distinctly.
But how could you?
Mitch, in our world we have studied deeply telepathy. We can send messages one to the other, even though we are miles apart. My father spoke to me.
What did he say?
He asked me to return home quickly.
Anything else?
No, just that.
If he was in any danger, surely he would
There
have...
is no need for him to say more, Rocky. He knows that I will obey his wishes at once.
Jan, I've had very little experience of thought transference.
You do not believe it.
I won't say that.
It is very common on my world. We do not have telegrams as you. We send any urgent message by telepathy.
But, Jan, what danger could your father be in?
I do not know.
Perhaps he's ill.
Yes. Yes, that must be it. There is nothing else it could be. Yes, he is ill. Maybe even dying, and he wants me to be near him. As I have said, I am to be the next president of Venus.
Listen. There's Daddy calling.
Coming over.
Blue Streak to control. Reception poor. Suggest you leave call till later.
Over.
No, Rocky, I have an urgent message for Jan.
For me?
From his father. Over.
Did he say my father? I'm not sure. I'll ask him to repeat. Blue streak to control. Professor, reception poor. Repeat message. Over.
Did you follow it, Rocky?
Difficult with all the static.
I'll swear he said he had an urgent message from Jan's father.
So I too thought, Mitch. Have the professor radio the message, Rocky.
I doubt if we'll hear it. There's a terrific amount of noise.
Nevertheless, try, please. Blue streak to control. Broadcast message, Professor. Broadcast message. Over.
This ship you cast some days ago was from Venus. That's on our space.
Can't understand a word of it.
Listen, man.
Before he died, I recorded this message for Jan. Here it is.
It's hopeless, Jan. I am afraid so. I think we'll have to wait until the reception's better.
Tell Daddy to try again later, Rocky.
I'll be surprised if he hears me. Conditions will be just as bad for him as for us. However, here goes.
Professor, turn that thing off.
I can't, Andy. The reception's improving.
Improving?
It's much better than it was an hour ago. I must keep listening. Rocky might be trying to contact me.
Look, you'll never hear nothing nohow in all them crackles and hisses. Switch it off and give our heads a rest.
All right. I suppose it'll be a while yet before it clears well enough to broadcast again.
Oh, thank goodness. That noise was driving me nuts. What's causing all that racket?
A severe electrical storm or spots on the sun.
Did they hear the message at all about the blue streak?
No, I shouldn't think so. I wish they had. I'm certain it's very urgent.
Yes, for the way that fellow from Venus carried on, it certainly is.
Poor devil.
You ain't regretting he died, are you, Professor?
No, Andy, no. I think it was for the best. Frightfully injured.
Yeah? According to the doctor, he shouldn't have lived through that crash?
No. I wonder what's happened on Venus.
Oh, you got me there. Did that fellow speak any English?
A little. He's been on Earth before on secret missions. Whenever I asked him what was wrong, he burst out excitedly in his own tongue.
Did you say he'd been here before?
Quite a few times.
Well, I never seen nothing in the papers.
No one knew about those visits, Andy.
What were they doing?
Oh, briefly this. After the first atomic explosion in New Mexico, the people on Venus became afraid that we would try to invade their world. So they sent spaceships and men here to study our ways and language. When we began to build the blue streak, Voitian, or young Kabar as we know him, came to prevent our leaving the Earth.
Slap me with a bit of grass. Oh, no, I don't believe you, Professor. You're kidding me.
No, I'm not, Andy.
But you must be. Why, someone would have
I
found
haven't
out.
the time to argue with you. You may believe me or not as you wish. Switch on the receiver again, Andy, and pray the reception is better.
Professor, I'd like to hear a bit more
Quiet, Andy, quiet. Yes, it is a little better.
Sounds the same to me.
Blue streak to control. Receiving
Here's
me.
Rocky. With luck, Andy, we'll be broadcasting that message to them very soon.
We're receiving you quite well now, Professor. Carry on.
This ship you cast was from Venus. It crashed on our station in Death Valley. There was only one survivor. Before he died, I recorded his message for Jan. Shall I play it now? Over.
Say yes, yes. Go ahead. We're waiting.
Very well. Here it is.
No. Cannot believe this.
What's the guy saying, yeah?
Listen. No. This cannot be. Translate it, Jan.
Shall I repeat the message, Rocky? Over.
There is no need, tell the Professor. Message received. We'll contact you later, that's all.
I did hear my father speak to me. Now I know why.
What was in that message?
There is civil war on Venus.
War?
My father asked me to return home at once.
I thought
Let me finish and you will understand then. It seems that George Dusk, one of our greatest scientists, is attempting to overthrow my father's rule. He has organized the robots and has taken control of our largest city, Vinton.
Robots?
We have thousands of them. They do all the heavy work in our world.
That's because of the rain you have?
It is not the rain as you know. It is a thick, misty drizzle that always seems to be with us. It is bad for my people to have to work in such conditions, so we developed man-sized robots. I tell you, they're almost human. And now that Gorg has control over them, he might overthrow our present government.
I see.
Oh, for years I have warned my father against him. He is a devil.
Well, this is nice, isn't it? We're flying into the middle of a war.
I'm afraid you will be even less welcome in Venus now. Gorg Dusk will have his robots kill you on sight.
Oh, maybe we'll have something to say about that, yeah?
No, I will not allow it, Rocky.
What do you mean?
You will inform the professor that we are returning to Earth.
To Earth? Well, you can't desert your father, Yan.
I will not, but I cannot take you people to my world. It is best we go back. And if the professor is agreeable, I will use the Blue Streak to reach Venus.
Yan, we might be able to help your father.
You do not understand the position. Let me explain to you about Gorg Dusk and the robot. As I said, there are already thousands of them on Venus. And so you can imagine the immense power Gorg Dusk has in his grasp. His robots are radio-controlled. He can make them do anything.
They're destructible, aren't they?
Rocky, the more you destroy, the more Gorg will turn loose. Accept my advice. Go home.
He's right, Rocky. I don't agree, Mitch. I'm rather keen to meet this Gorg individual.
This is not our scrap, Rocky. It's nothing to do with it. Let's stay clear of it.
Listen, are you feeling all right?
Sure, why?
Well, this is the first time I've ever heard you even think of running from a scrap.
But this is war, Rocky. Then there's Ann to be considered. We can't take her into a civil war.
But
You stay out of this, Ann. Rocky, you gotta do as Jan says.
We can't.
What do you mean?
We haven't got the fuel to fly back to Earth. We'll just have to go on to Venus.
Rocky's bombshell changes the whole atmosphere. The others stare at him in amazement. What lies ahead for our friends? Be with us for the next spellbinding episode of the Rocky Starr Adventure. Destination Venus. Destination Venus, an adventure with Rocky Starr. Hour after hour, the giant blue streak speeds on through the limitless space like a brilliant comet toward Venus. There is civil war on Venus. A mad scientist, Gorg Dusk, is attempting to overthrow the government. Already he and his robos have control of the planet's largest city, Vinton. Yan's father is in danger of death. When Yan learns all this, he begs Rocky to return to Earth.
You must. There is nothing you can do for my father, Boxstar.
We might be able to help. He'll need every man he can raise.
I will not ask you to share the horrors of the Civil War.
Before you say any more, Yan, know what our fuel is?
Sure, water pumped through an atomic pile.
And we intend to refill our water tanks on Venus.
Rocky, we might be able to...
And I'm facing facts. We've traveled nearly 3/4 of our journey. Even if I wanted to return, I couldn't. We'd never reach Earth.
You are not saying this so that
I'm not trying to influence anyone or anything, and I'm telling you the truth. We've got to go on.
Well, in the words of the poets, you blabbed a bibful, pal. We die if we try to make Earth, and we die when we make Venus. Pleasant thought.
I'm sorry, Anne.
Well, there's no use of being sorry, Yan. It's not your fault.
Well, it's not anyone. It's just one of those things. Well, it's not a cheerful prospect, landing in the midst of a civil war.
You can say that twice times over. Well, reckon we've had it.
Oh, don't be so happy, Mitch. We take a lot of killing. A few robots don't scare me.
Nor me, Anne.
Anne, there are thousands and thousands of robots. They are inhuman monsters who know no feeling.
You said they were radio-controlled, didn't you?
Yes. Gorg Dusk discovered many months ago that he could make them do anything he wished by radio beams. He is, of course, a brilliant scientist, and for years he has dreamed of ruling Venus. I warned my father against him, but Boxstar would not listen to me.
I'm rather keen to meet this Gorg individual.
Well, I'm not. His name's enough.
I pray that by the hour we arrive, my father will have defeated him.
What does he look like, Yan?
Oh, Gorg is of medium height, dark complexion with a little hair, and a rather flabby face. There is nothing unusual about him except his eyes. They seem always to burn with mad fire.
On the faraway world of Venus, Gorg Dusk is at that moment fighting to gain control of the planet. From the safety of a shelter, he is directing his robot soldiers. They are moving into position to attack a small hill. From that hill, guns belch forth death and destruction. His chief lieutenant, Joe, speaks to him.
You will need in Gorg.
Joe,
How many times have I said use the language we call earthese?
Atemsida.
Do as I say, or I will find another chief lieutenant.
Oh, as you wish, Gog, as you wish. It is just that I find it difficult to think in such language.
It is better that we do. Then our people around us cannot know what we say and what we can't do. It is a good idea, eh?
Perhaps.
It is I, Gog, who says so. It would not do to allow these Venusians who fight alongside us to learn our schemes of conquest. They would be afraid, Yo. They are always afraid. Yo, I would that all my soldiers were robots. They are wonderful. They know no fear. They will do my will without question.
Gog, we lose many. The guns of Okda cripple lots of our robots.
The guns of Vok will soon be silenced. Their little robots will have surrounded that hill by this. Within a few minutes it will disappear and all on it shall be dead.
Well, then send the robots against the hill now. Their ray guns are too close to us for comfort.
I await a report from Lieutenant Bepp. He is to inform me when they are in position, then I will act. They will turn their cosmic ray guns on that hill and wipe out Vokdar and the remnants of his army. And I shall be ruler.
Gog, you mentioned a little time ago of some plans you have.
I will explain them later. You would love them, Yo. My little robots are in position. Yo, now we attack. Watch those in front of us through that observation panel. Yo, I move this knob here. They lift their ray guns.
It is amazing, Gog.
I flick the switch, and lo, the guns begin to throw out their gas. Now I move this knob, and they begin to walk towards the hill.
Gog, it is frightening.
Only for those opposing us. See how the rays burn everything in their path.
The guns on the hills are quietening.
Soon there will be nothing there, nothing but dust.
Vokdar and his men are running.
They will only run into another line of fire. There is no escape for them.
Gog, stop it.
I beg your pardon.
Stop the slaughter.
No. Why should I?
Those people on the hill are our people. Do not let your robots murder them. They will surrender now, I am sure.
It is too late for surrender. They had their chance earlier. They refused to listen to me. Well, Vokdar and his men will pay for it.
Gog, I beg of you to do as I say.
You seem overfond of our enemies, Yo.
I am only thinking...
Then do not think. Leave that to me. All on that hill shall perish. Perhaps that will show our people that I mean to be ruler of Venus.
Quickly, the robots advance on the hill, their cosmic ray guns spitting forth destruction. Gog sits by his radio panel, laughing madly as the very trees disintegrate. Soon there is nothing but a mass of sand, and Gog rules Venus. Some hours later, he celebrates his victory with a march past of his robots.
Look at my little soldiers. Joe, are they not wonderful?
They are victorious.
And always shall they be. With them at my command, all my schemes are possible. Do as I say without question or fear. With armies of them, I could conquer the universe.
The universe?
Why not?
I had not thought of it, Gog.
That is my dream, Yo. And we will live to see it come true.
You rule the universe?
Yes, me.
I suggest that you first wipe out all opposition on Venus.
There is no opposition left. Vokdar is dead. I am supreme here.
You have no proof that Vokdar is dead.
He was on the hill when we attacked, was he not?
That is so.
No human being could have lived through that attack.
Perhaps you're right.
I am always right. Vokdar is dead, and I am ruler of Venus. Ruler. From hence I should be known as a king. Yes, it sounds better. Don't you think so, Yo? I owe my position to my robots. They looked well as they marched past, eh?
Oh, we lost many in that last battle.
Then replace them quickly, have our factories work day and night. I shall build armies of them, ready for our next move.
You mean that soon we will attack the universe?
We will deal with it planet by planet. First, perhaps Mars, or the one called Earth.
Gog, this is
Have I not warned you to speak only to me in the language of the Earthlings?
Oh, forgive me. When I am excited, I slip back to my native tongue.
Then do not. It would be unwise for us to let others hear of my future plans. However, that is all for some later day. At the moment, we will celebrate the beginning of my rule as King of Venus.
Meanwhile, millions of miles away, the Blue Streak races on toward its destination. Hour after hour, day after day, Rocky and the others sit in the control cabin, wondering what lies ahead of them in the strange new world of Venus. At this moment, Anne is talking of her father.
Daddy said again this morning that we should return to Earth.
Now, don't let's go all over that again, Anne. We decided days ago that we just had to fly on.
Look, fella, we got no right to poke our noses into that Venus scrap.
Mitch, we've no choice in the matter.
Yeah, we might get ourselves hurt. Wars are no kindergarten stuff, especially civil wars. Don't you agree we're nuts, Yen?
I'm afraid it is too late to change your decision now, Mitch. We haven't the fuel to return to Earth.
It's funny to think that I won't ever see the folks back home again.
Oh, Mitch, stop your nonsense.
Well, I'm sick and tired of sitting around twiddling my thumbs.
It won't be much longer, Mitch.
Oh, no, only a few more days.
Well, what's wrong with you?
Oh, nothing really, Ann. I just can't stick in one place for long. I want some action.
You'll get all the action you want when we land on Venus.
Yeah, well, I'm beginning to doubt we'll ever make it.
We will.
Yeah, but how? We can't get past the cosmic defenses.
That has been arranged by my father, Mitch. You remember his message? He said that we were to head for Rodon. Evidently, he has organized a safe passage through the space stations directly out from that point.
Is Rodon a city, Ann?
It is more of a large town, Rocky, in the south of our world.
Are we heading for this joint now?
We will autocross tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I still say to
Mitch, Mitch, go and have a sleep. Maybe that'll make you feel happier.
Yeah, well, I'd feel happier if I knew what was happening on Venus. I wonder what that Gord guy is doing right now.
I would speak with you.
Later, your lips.
No, now. I have news. Great news. It is important.
Very well. What is it?
Loftian, as you know, is on Earth.
Did you interrupt my work to tell me that? Do not worry over him. He is no danger to us.
No? Gog, you have not heard everything.
Oh?
His father, Vokta, managed to send a spaceship to bring him back to our world.
So?
Our people might rally to a young leader.
Did the ship return?
According to my information, yes.
Then that swine, Vokjan, will return quickly. No, we must see that he does not arrive in Venus. Send out the space fighters. Have them destroy any spaceship that approaches our world.
His voice rising to a scream, Gorg issues orders for the destruction of Yan. Can Rocky and the others evade the space fighters? And what of Gorg's plans for the conquest of the universe? Be sure to be with us for the next spellbinding episode of the Rocky Starr Adventure. Destination Venus. Destination Venus, an adventure with Rocky Starr. Unbeknown to Rocky and the others aboard the Blue Streak, Gorg Dusk is now ruler of Venus. His robot soldiers have succeeded in wiping out all opposition. Later, Yo goes to Gorg and tells him that Yan is on his way back to Venus. His voice rising to a scream, Gorg orders space fighters to search for Yan's spaceship. Nem, Yotsedine Cap, peace to east, Yotsedki, Mokjan Son Tondenal Niagon of Venus. His voice quivering with hatred, Gorg orders his fighters to destroy any spaceship near their world. Later, he and Yo stand together watching the fighters take off.
Yo, how many times must I tell you to speak with me in the language of the planet Earth?
I am sorry, Gorg.
I have explained my reasons often enough. I do not wish those nearest to hear my words. Should you continue to disobey my orders, I will find someone else for my chief lieutenant.
That will not be necessary, Gorg.
See that it is not. How many are taking off?
A squadron of air space fighters.
That should be sufficient to deal with Vokja.
The ray guns attached to those fighters will cripple any ship built on Venus, Gorg.
I trust that you warned our pilots that should Vokjan land here, their lives are forfeit.
I did, of course, Gorg.
No. In future, you will address me as sire.
As sire? Gorg, I've known you.
Enough of your laughter. I am king of Venus, I demand respect.
You command, sire. It sounds good to my ears. Today, you call me sire. Next year, perhaps the whole universe will address me as such. Yes, they shall. With my robot armies, none shall stop me. Now I leave you, I have work.
There's one other matter, sire.
Well, hurry. Always there is work for a king. Well, why do you wait? Speak, man.
This matter, it is about Vokdar.
He is dead. He was killed on that hill with the last of his men.
No, it was not.
You lie. No, you lie.
I wish I did.
So?
Information has reached me that Vokdar escaped before our robots attacked. He has been seen in Rodden.
Is your information good?
I believe so.
Rodden. That is where he was born. He will have many friends.
And naturally, they will hide him.
And he must be found. I cannot allow him to roam through our world. He is too dangerous. Both he and Vokdar must die at once.
With that, Gorgdus turns abruptly and hurries away, confident that his orders will be carried out. Little do Rocky and the others dream that a squadron of space fighters are out searching for them, their ray guns ready to deal out death. Jan lies on his bunk, his eyes closed. The others sit together talking as they soar on toward their destination. We should sight Venus within 12 hours.
Yeah, providing we get past her outer ring of defense.
Oh, now, don't worry, Mitch.
Well, according to Jan, them outer space stations that ring Venus have cosmic ray guns that will cripple any spaceship.
Jan's father has arranged a safe passage for us through the defenses, you know that. That's why we changed course and headed for Rodden.
Yeah, well, I still got my doubts.
I can hardly believe you'll soon be on Venus.
Excited, Anne?
Naturally. I've dreamt of coming here for years. Yes, I'm afraid, too.
Because of the war?
I suppose so. Ruins any hopes we had of exploring the place and making friends with the Venusians.
Well, you never know. It might be over for all we know.
I hope so. There must be so many strange, interesting things for us to see on Venus. We most probably...
Rocky, say, don't scream that way. You scared the life out of me. I thought you was asleep, Jan.
My father spoke to me again.
Yes, Jan?
He has been defeated.
Oh, no.
He has sent me news by thought transference.
I don't put much faith in that kind of stuff.
In my world, we use telepathy quite a lot. However, whether you believe it or not, I do. My father spoke to me. Gorgdus is ruler of Venus now. Most of the men who remain loyal to my father are dead.
And your father?
He is still alive and hiding in Rodden. He hopes with my hope to rally his friends and overthrow Gorg. It will not be easy, of course. Gorg will wipe out all who oppose him. My father warns us to be very careful.
Well, how's about that safe passage he promised us?
I do not know.
You know, Jan, I just got an idea.
Yes?
I reckon we'll all be dead 10 minutes after we land.
Perhaps you will be. Oh, I am sorry to have led you into this.
You didn't lead us anywhere. The Venus flight was arranged long before we knew who you really were.
I feel it was all my fault. Had I remained on Venus, my father and I might have been able to defeat Gorgdus.
Rocky, listen to him, will you? Hey, Rocky. What are you doing with that television screen?
Watching some very ominous spots.
Hey?
I should say they're spaceships. Quite a few of them, too. They're headed this way.
Let me see.
What would they be doing out here?
Rocky, although I can't be certain, I believe that they are fighters.
Do they have them things?
They are part of our defenses.
Well, maybe they came to give us a kind of welcome, huh?
I'm afraid it won't be a welcome we'll appreciate, Mitch. However, we might be wrong. Those dots mightn't be spaceships. Well, here's hoping they're not.
They are space fighters from Venus, Rocky. I recognize their design.
I thought they were. There are 15 or 20 of them.
Their presence means only one thing. Gorgdus has learnt or guessed that my father has sent for me.
I think you're right, Jan. Those fighters are out after us.
Well, let's do something. They're getting too close for my liking.
What, Mitch?
Well, we're not going to let them attack us without a scrap, are we?
Oh, now talk sense, Mitch, will you? We're unarmed.
Oh, yeah, I was forgetting that. Oh, I'll tickle my tonsils. We're for it now. They blow us out of the sky.
Isn't there anything we can do, Rocky?
Only try to beat them by speed, that's all.
Rocky, that leading ship. Watch it on the television screen. It's turned on its ray gun.
Swing away, Rocky.
It is too late. It's too late. Nothing. We'll give it a try. Hold on, everyone. I'm changing course.
Oh, that swung her away.
Here go the rear rockets.
Look out, we're headed straight for another fighter.
Rocky, do something.
Well, he can't, Mitch. He'll have to get out of our way.
We'll crash into him.
Well, you can't maneuver spaceships like aeroplanes.
Where is that ship? He seems to have disappeared.
There's another coming for us.
Say, there's 4 of them blazing away at us with their ray guns. Oh, this is it. We can't dodge all of them. Well, it's been nice knowing you all. Yeah. Yeah, have you noticed anything? No. What? Those spaceships have passed over us. That's the second lot that's had a go at us, and we're still flying. We're angels, that's why. We'll get our hearts soon. Oh, don't be a loon. Their guns have no effect on the blue streak. You don't say. I believe you are right, Rocky. How come, though? Evidently, Aluminil can withstand their cosmic rays. You mean we're saved? Well, we are for the time being. But they'll be right after us again.
What's our next move, Rocky?
Well, I'm going to fire our real rockets again and see whether we can lose those fighters by sheer speed. It's our only chance of reaching Venus safely. Hold tight. Here we go. Flames pouring from her exhaust, the blue streak roars on. Her hull quivers with power, and her speed reaches danger point. Try as he will, Rocky cannot lose the fighters, and they creep closer and closer. Some hours later, Yo brings Gorg the latest report from the space fighters.
Their ray guns are useless against that spaceship, sire.
Useless?
It would appear that it's made of some metal of which we know nothing.
Then it cannot have been made on this planet, Yo. It must be the one Vokyan was sent to destroy.
Yes. However, have no fear, sire. I have sent other ships up to intercept it. 2 of them will crash into this strange ship and blow it to fragments. They will not reach our world.
Yo.
I have done well, eh?
You said the spaceship from Earth appeared to be flying towards Rodon, did you not?
That is correct.
Good. Yo, recall the space fighters and the men who searched for Vokyan.
Recall them? I do not follow
Do
you.
as I command. I have a little plan. We will capture both father and son so easily. Listen to me.
We'll touch down in a couple of minutes. Oh, I don't like it one little bit, pal. I thought you wanted to get out of the ship. Oh, I was meaning the way we lost them fighters. Well, thank you, lucky stars, we did. Yeah, but don't screw it to me, Rocky. One minute they was right in our tail, the next they was gone. Now, who called them off and why? Mitch, we haven't time to worry about that now. What's ahead of us, Ann?
A good clear area.
There is no danger of you hitting any obstacles here. All the land around Rodden is very flat.
Mm-hmm. Mitch, start the gyros. I'm going to turn her over. Gyro's running. Stand by for landing.
Stand by.
Yeah, me too. Say, you know, Lucky, I can't get used to the idea of landing backwards. So cockeyed. Fire repotting jet. Hey, Rocky, the ground seems to be racing up to meet us.
Slow it down. We're still traveling too fast.
Fire main jet. Here it comes. We're almost there. Rocky, you little wonder you did it. We're on Venus. Why, tickle my tonsils, we're on the Evening Star. At last, our friends have arrived on Venus, the huge planet that we know only as a brilliant light. If Rocky and the others knew that Gorg's men were watching their spaceship, they would not be so happy. Will they be captured when they leave the Blue Streak? What wonders will they see on this strange new world? Be sure to be with us for the next dynamic chapter of the Rocky Starr Adventure. Destination Venus.
Destination Venus, an adventure with Rocky Starr.
When Gorg's space fighters attack the Blue Streak, Rocky and the others feel their doom. Then Rocky realizes that the fighters' ray guns have no effect on their spaceship. Later, Gorg recalls his fighters and works out a plan to capture both Yan and his father, Rocky Starr. Hour by hour, the Blue Streak speeds on to Venus, and eventually Rocky lands it safely on the great planet.
Well, what do you know? We're here.
You're wonderful, Rocky.
I agree with you. Well, with a lot of bumps and noise when we touch down, you know.
What do you expect? The ship weighs around 75 tons, you know.
Well, it wasn't bad for first attempt.
Oh, stop teasing me. It was a perfect landing.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, I can't get over it. Fancy us sitting on the Evening Star.
Oh, we're hardly sitting on it.
You know, I bet some kid down on Earth is looking up here right now. Boy, wouldn't he be surprised if he could see us.
Perhaps Gorg Dusk would be, too, Mitch.
Oh, Rocky, why did you have to mention that buzzard?
Rocky, I suggest we leave the Blue Streak and hurry to Rodden. There we will be safe. How about the Blue Streak? I don't like the idea of leaving it unguarded.
No one will save us, Rocky. It's too big.
Well, they could destroy it, and then where would we be?
In the soup, same as we are now.
How do you make that out?
So, Anne, ask yourself. Jan's father's been beaten, hasn't he? And this Gorg and his robots rule Venus, don't he?
Mm-hmm. For the moment, yes.
Well, unless your old man pulls his socks up, it'll be forever.
Mitch, I do not understand.
Now, look, Kabar, let me tell you. Why do you reckon they let us land here without lifting a finger to stop us?
Well, there may be many explanations.
No, Kabar, there's only one. Right, Rocky?
Perhaps you are.
Don't stop talking in riddles, you two. What do you mean?
Mitch thinks we're here because Gorg wants us here.
That's it, pal.
I still don't follow.
I'm afraid I don't either, Anne.
Look, it's as plain as the nose on my face.
I'm afraid it is rather obvious, Anne. Had Gorg wished, he could have sent those fighters crashing into us and finished us.
And instead, they zoom off someplace. And I asks myself, why, pal, why? And I answers and says, Gorg is up to some dirty work.
What dirty work?
Gorg's hoping that you'll lead him to your father, Jan. Oh, I see. You told us he was in hiding in Rodden. Now, if I were in Gorg's place, I'd turn Rodden over stone by stone until I found him. Evidently, Gorg has done that and failed. So he's going to use you to trap him. I see.
We'd better stay away from Jan's father.
No, I must speak to him. Together, we may be able to rally the people of Venus and then overthrow Gorg.
Look, take my advice, pal. Keep away.
I'm afraid I cannot do that, Mitch. Well, we'll have to make certain that we're not followed.
It won't be so easy, Rocky. Yeah, for all we know, Gorg's mob might have the Blue Streak surrounded.
Well, then, we can soon learn that. We will go to the ground and look. Come. Wait a minute, Jan. We'll have to wear our outer spacesuits. No, there is no need. The atmosphere here is much the same as on Earth.
You said once that there was less oxygen in the air.
That is true, Anne. And the most, though you would feel, would be rather sleepy.
Yeah, well, now, that'd be a great help if we were running away from Gorg.
Well, we'll take the small oxygen units, Mitch.
All right.
That'll cover our problems.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a look at Venus.
I hope we don't walk into Gorg's arms instead.
And I will make you queen of the universe, tough flower. You do not understand my words, but you are lovely enough for my queen.
I would speak with you, sire.
I am busy, go. Very busy. Eh?
It is very important, sire.
Very well, very well. Yahweh Mino, Democratas. You may speak, yo.
The spaceship from Earth has landed near Rodden, as you suppose.
Good.
Our men are watching it. I've just received a radio call from them.
Buckyan is left?
Yes. They have this minute just stepped onto our world.
They?
There are strangers with him, sire.
Strangers?
I should think Earthlings. They are reported as being of white skin.
Why are they here?
I have no idea, sire.
How many?
3. One is a woman.
Oh. Yes.
Nothing more is known to me.
A woman, That interests me.
I thought it might.
Have our men bring her to me.
Sire, you sent our men here to follow Voktian to his father. I suggest you forget the Earthling woman.
Your suggestion is overruled. Bring her to me. I would speak with her.
But it may spoil your plan for Voktar's capture.
Do as I say. Yo. Obey me at once.
As you command, sire.
So this is Venus. Oh, boy, what a welcome. Pelting rain and fog.
Quite dark, isn't it?
Yeah, but sure, it's nighttime.
Well, according to Jan, it's their day.
Day? Well, brother, I'd hate to wander around at night.
Well, not so loud.
Dad, there's no one round the place. What are you worrying
Well,
about?
there might be. Jan's out scouting just to make sure.
Well, it might be wet, but It's not cold.
You can say that again, man. I'm starting to hot up. Get it?
And what do you think of Venus?
I can hardly see anything in this rain and fog.
Well, they haven't turned on a very warm welcome.
Hey, Rocky, Ant's been gone a long time, you know.
Yeah. Now you mention it, he has.
Perhaps we ought to go look for him.
Well, he said to wait here by the ship.
Yeah, well, I wish he'd hurry. I got a feeling there are hundreds of eyes watching that.
Well, they wouldn't see much.
Look, here's Jan now.
Oh, good. What news, brother?
We must leave here at once. There are many of Gorg's men close by.
Well, let's get out of here right away.
How far are they?
Roughly 100 yards. I heard orders as I was coming to meet you to surround us.
Well, where do we go from here?
I should suggest that we go straight away to Rodden.
Rodden? Oh, which way?
We go through the jungle track. It's only 5 miles. It's a very twisty, long track. They will not look for us in there.
All right. As you say, Jan. Now, let's start moving while there's still time. You lead the way, Jan. Oh, it's darker than ever in this jungle, Jan.
You can follow the track, though, without torches.
Reasonably well.
Well, look, let's shove on. There's no sense hanging around listening. There's no one following us, Rocky. We gave him the slip.
Well, I just wish I could be sure of that, Mitch.
Well, you're the only one that's not.
Oh, well, perhaps you're right. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
How are you feeling, Anne?
Oh, I'm soaked to the skin. Doesn't it ever stop raining, Jan?
Oh, yes. Some days it is...
Stay where you are, all of you.
Huh?
Quiet, quiet.
What is it, Rocky?
I heard a noise behind us.
Oh?
I was right. They're still following us. Listen.
I can't hear nothing.
Quiet, listen. There. There you are. That noise came from the right of the track.
Yeah, you're right, Rocky.
I'll creep back and take a look. It'll mean leaving the track.
No, Rocky. You must not.
Why not? I've got a good machine gun to...
Please, remain here.
We've got to drive those...
Rocky, do not leave the track, I beg of you. We have many large animals in our jungles and swamps. Animals that have been extinct for hundreds of years on your Earth.
Oh.
Some of them measure 50 and 60 feet long.
Oh, you're kidding, Kabar.
I am speaking the truth. Death lurks in our jungle. Even this track is dangerous. Wild beasts often attack my people and kill them.
Can it, Kabar? Can it? You're sending shivers up and down my spine.
Well, then, I suggest that we hurry on.
I don't like the idea of someone tailing us.
Do as I say, please. Otherwise, Gorg's men will capture us.
Quickly, Rocky and the others walk along the rough jungle track. Overhead, the twisted mass of vines and foliage cut off any light. The deeper they go into the jungle, the darker it becomes. And always behind them is the rattling of branches as their pursuers dodge their steps. They're even closer, Jan.
Yes, we must. We must try and move faster.
We can't, Jan. We're doing the best we can.
Mitch, it is either that or be captured.
But it's too dark. Our torches aren't much help in this jungle blackness.
Come on, everybody. Jan, are you sure we're on the right track?
Why, Rocky, of course. Why?
Well, I don't know, but it seems to be getting rougher and even narrower.
Yes, Rocky, I am certain this is the way to Rodden.
Well, I hope you're right, because we're in your hands, Jan.
Please have confidence in me, Rocky. Although it is many years since I have used it...
Hold it!
What?
Don't yell that way.
Well, don't hiss in my ear like a snake. You scare my pants off.
Everybody, switch out the torches.
Turn them out, not in your life, Rocky. I'm not going to stay here in the dark.
Come on, do as I say.
What is ahead of us?
Well, it could have been a man or some animal. I only caught a glimpse of it in the torchlight.
Well, we'll put a couple of bursts of machine gun fire up the track. That'll clear it away. Well, go on, Rocky. We can't afford to have Gorg's men in front of us, too.
Oh, maybe you're right.
Well, don't fiddle around. Give it to him. Oh, whoever catches that will have a little indigestion.
All right, Mitch. Shine a torch up ahead.
Right. How's that?
Yes. Yes, the track seems to be all clear.
Yes, certainly does. Well, maybe I'm seeing things. Oh, come on, we'll push on. Only to watch your step, everybody.
Follow me.
Hey, Rocky, hang on. Where's Ann?
She's right behind you, guarding our rear.
Well, she was when we stopped, but she's not now.
Why, she must be.
She's not, I tell you. Ann's disappeared.
Amazed and horrified by Ann's disappearance, Rocky and the others begin searching for her. Their torchlights cut paths through the jungle blackness. Frantically they call, but there's no trace of her. Where is Ann Vernon? Has she been captured by Gorg's men, or has some jungle beast claimed her as his victim? There's excitement ahead, so don't miss the next thrilling episode of the Rocky Starr Adventure. Destination Venus. Destination Venus, an adventure with Rocky Starr. Hoping that Jan will lead him to his father, Gorg allows the Blue Streak to land safely on the strange new world of Venus. Learning that Gorg's men are close by their spaceship, Rocky and the others set out for Lawton by a rain-soaked jungle track. Behind them, Gorg's men dog their steps mile after mile. Seeing something cross the track ahead of them, Rocky fires a burst from his machine gun. Then, convinced the way is clear, they're about to move on when Mitch says tensely,
Where's Ann?
Behind you, guarding our rear.
She's not.
But she must be.
She's not, Rocky. She's disappeared.
That is not possible.
She has, I tell you, Ann.
She'll be back along the track.
Look, Rocky, I shone my torch back there, and there's no trace of her. What the heck's happened to her?
Ah, we'll soon know. Ann! Ann!
She might not hear you with the rain. Of course she would if she was okay.
Ann! Ann!
Look, you're wasting your time, Rocky. She won't answer.
Why do you say that, Mitch? Why?
I'll tell you why, Yen. Because Gorg's men have grabbed her. Look, it's as plain as the nose of my face.
Ah, Mitch, how could they without our hearing them?
Because we were busy worrying over what was in front of us, remember?
Yes, I'll grant you that, but surely we'd have heard some noise.
Look, Rocky, I know I'm right. Gorg's men have got her.
Yes. It's either that, or some animal has killed her.
No, it's not that, Yen. She would have yelled if an animal come close.
That is true, she would have. Well, she would have called if someone had attacked her.
No, she mightn't have had the chance. Look, they could have crept up on her.
Well, why would they grab her and not the rest of us?
Oh, ask me something.
Now, listen.
Good gosh.
That was Ann.
Yeah, I'll say it isn't. She sounded as though someone had slapped a hand over her mouth.
You were right, Mitch. She's been captured.
I agree, Rocky.
Ann is in great danger. That scream came back from along the track there.
Well, what do we do?
Why, we rescue her, of course.
Well, come on, Dan, and cut the cackle.
Rocky, I implore you, be careful. We do not know how many men are behind us.
Look, we'll tackle them whether there's 1 or 100. Now, let's get going.
Mitch, not so fast.
Look, we gotta hurry, Rocky. We got no time to waste. We can't let Gorg's men get away with her.
If we rush back there, we'll rush straight into an ambush and be captured ourselves.
That is true.
They'll be expecting us, you know.
Yeah, I guess I didn't think of that.
All right, now, we've got to move very carefully. Now, this is what we'll do. His voice low and tense, Rocky explains his plan. Then the three set off along the track. Highly colored, chattering birds stop and listen. Animals skulking in the thick tangle of the underground stiffen as they sense some strange danger. The only sounds are the soft squelch of boots in mud and the drip, drip, drip of the rain. Meanwhile, millions of miles away at Death Valley, Professor Vernon waits for news of the Blue Streak. As the minutes, the hours slip by, his anxiety grows.
Why don't they call me?
Well, here's some coffee and chow, Professor. Come on, wake up.
And I'm not asleep, Andy.
What time is it? Long after you ought to be asleep. It's 2:30 in the morning. No news up the Blue Streak?
No, not as yet.
Look, why don't you grab yourself some sleep, Professor? Your eyes are sticking out like beans on a beanpole. You can't sit here for the rest of your life.
I'm not leaving here, Andy. I'm not leaving here. Oh, he'd only call me.
I understand how you feel, Professor, but you won't make him call you by getting yourself sick now, will you?
I'll be fine, Andy.
Anyways, drink this coffee. coffee while she's good and hot.
Coffee. Thanks.
Seen the latest papers?
No. I suppose they're full of scare headlines.
Oh, they're bigger and better than usual. Venus Flight Mystery. You can almost hear the kid yelling that one, can't you? Here's some more. Silence of the Blue Streak. Where is the Blue Streak? Every paper has got it. There's a full page about it.
I understand that all the radio hands are standing by listening for any messages.
Yeah, so the Times says.
They promise to ring through anything they pick up.
Why, my professor, the whole world is talking about Rocky Starr and the rest of them.
Yes. Suppose they are.
This flight has pushed everything else off the front page. I'll take it.
No, I will. Professor Vernon.
Who?
Oh, no, I'm afraid not. No news. Yes, I will. Yes. Bye.
A reporter?
Herman D. Wright, Jr.
Oh, he's the fellow that loaned $1 million, ain't he?
Yes, he rings me near every couple of hours asking for news.
Why, is he worried about his money?
Andy, no, not about his money. No, he's like the rest of us, anxious for news.
Well, most everyone's saying, I wonder what's happened to them poor devils.
They're on Venus.
You sure of that?
Rocky spoke to me a few hours ago. They've passed the outer ring of defenses safely and expected to land in half an hour.
Oh, well, they're there then, unless they've crashed.
They haven't crashed. I've too much faith in Rocky to believe that, but they could be dead.
Professor, this is the first time I ever heard you speak this way. What's gotten into you?
Andy, there's civil war on Venus, and they've arrived in the midst of it. When I learned that, I begged them to return to Earth.
And why didn't they?
They didn't have sufficient fuel. They had to go on. Andy, I think I sent my daughter, Rocky, and the others to their death.
Oh, take it easy, Professor.
I wish I'd never heard of space travel. I'll never forget myself if they shouldn't return.
Oh, they will, as large as life.
Well, I pray that you're right.
Look, Professor, I've got an idea that the four of them are sitting up on that star having the time of their lives. You know, I can almost hear them laughing. They're so happy. Come on, forget your fears, Professor. It'll all end like a fairy story. Real happy.
Hey, do you reckon we've gained on them?
Keep your voice down, Mitch.
Oh, sure, I forgot. But have we gained any?
Yes, I think we have.
Where are they now, then? We've been tearing along this track for nearly half an hour and we've seen nothing.
They will not be standing by waiting for us to arrive, you know, Mitch.
Yeah, well, I realized that. But,
hold it quiet, Mitch.
Oh, something cold slapped me across the face.
Do not worry, Mitch. It is only a low-hanging branch.
Yeah, well, I'll take a look with my torch.
Don't show any light, Mitch. No light.
Hey?
That's only asking for a bullet in the neck. They might have set a trap for us, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And from now on, let's cut out the talking.
Okay.
I have a feeling we're quite close to them. All right, we'll move on again. At the first sign of it, flat on your face!
Jeepers, I'll say we're closer. Brother, we almost walked into an ambush.
You all right, Jan? I have not been hit. Good. What about you, Mitch?
Oh, apart from being wet through, lying in a pool of smelly mud and dodging bullets, I never felt better in my life.
Press onto the ground and don't move.
Oh, tickle my tongue.
Keep your head down or one of those bullets will.
You're telling me they're awful close.
What is our next move, Rocky? Yeah. Well, we've got to silence that gun.
Yes.
But I'm afraid it will be rather difficult.
I'll say. They have us exactly where they want us. If we rush that gun, we cop it. If we stay put, they disappear with Anne.
Mitch, that's it in a nutshell. We must save Anne. I would hate her to be Gorg's prisoner. Why, he wouldn't dare harm her. He would, should it suit his plans, Rocky. I tell you, Gorg, he is a man...
Look out! Oh, boy, they're keeping us pinned down, aren't they?
Yes. And all the time they're taking Anne further and further away.
Yeah.
Well, there's only one thing for it. I'm going to rush that gun.
Now, look, Rocky,
you two keep me covered. Keep up a steady fire.
No, Rocky, you cannot. You simply cannot.
They would cut you to pieces in a few seconds. Yeah, and I can do it.
It would mean your death.
Unless we rescue Anne, it might mean hers. We can't let those swine take her. You said so yourself, Jan. Besides, I promised the professor that I'd... Oh, the professor.
Huh?
Oh, by gosh, The professor. What about it? Well, I should have radioed him that we have arrived safely.
Oh, yeah. Hey, he'll be nearly off his head with worry.
Surely he will not expect a call. But after all, the professor knows the position here.
Oh, anyway, we'll have to leave that now until we've got Anne to consider.
How can we help her?
Watch it, fellas.
Well, we can't do anything until we stop that gun.
Oh, that's hopeless. Without some grenade.
Why, Mitch! Mitch!
Well, it's okay. It's okay. A bullet landed right in front of me and it threw mud into my mouth.
Well, you'll have to keep it closed from now on.
Gee, what a time to make... Oh, boy, Rocky, they got a bead on us. We'll have to pull back.
We simply cannot pull back. We cannot desert hands.
Look, we can't stay here and live. Next burst, they'll probably get us.
All right, on your feet, everybody, and run back. Hurry, or it'll be too late.
Now we're sunk, Rocky. They got Ann, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Although I regret saying it, I agree with Mitch.
We're not beaten yet, Jan.
You never know when you were. That's your trouble.
We've only one chance of helping Ann.
Yes, and that is?
We must head off Gold's mob.
But how can we get in front of them guys? That gun's holding us up.
Well, we'll have to bypass that gun.
Again, I screams. How?
By taking a shortcut through the jungle. Now, if I remember rightly, the track swings to the left a couple of miles back.
Yeah, we never could have passed through the jungle, pal. It's too dense.
Well, it isn't on your left, Mitch.
I know, but there's a swamp there.
Exactly. We'll cut through that, and with an ounce of luck, we'll pop up in front of Gold's men. All right, come on.
No, Rocky. Wait. What? You must not cross that swamp. You must not. Death lives there.
His eyes alight with fear, Jan stares out across the eerie, evil-smelling swamp. Why is Jan so afraid? What lies hidden there? Will Rocky cross the swamp to rescue Anne? Be sure to be with us for excitement and drama in the next spellbinding episode of the Rocky Starr Adventure, Destination Venus.